are live for New York Mets baseball. The Mets versus the Dodgers. First pitch is about a minute, 30 seconds or so away. And look, the Mets, they out of the All-Star break, that 6-game road trip, they were 6-6. And with 6-6 now, 3-3 in those 6 games. Let's see what they could do at home. The Mets have been very bad at home recent. Let's see. And there's a lot of things that I want to talk about. I want to talk a little bit, not now, but about the interview with Mookie Betts. Mookie Betts and Bryce Harper. I definitely want to talk about that. But I'm going to save that for a little bit later. Look, Shohei Ohtani. Sean Manaea, first pitch. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Strike one. We're underway for New York Mets baseball. RJ's here. Juan Soto's the heart and soul of this team. Mets got spanked, I fear. That is also going to be in there. Strike two. So 2 quick strikes in this at bat right now. 2 quick strikes right now. That is going to be strike 3. But Ohtani's going to challenge this one, and I believe that he's going to win this. That ball was low, and yes, Ohtani challenges it. He wins it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's see, folks, how Sean Manaea can do in this game. 1-2. That is going to be hit hard. I mean, that's going to be a base hit. So the challenge was a productive challenge for Ohtani because on the very next pitch, he gets himself a single. So, that's how this game starts off. 1 pitch that could have been strike 3, but I knew it was low. Umpire called it. The next pitch is a leadoff single for Ohtani. So, Mets are already in immediate danger. Pages is up right now. He's batting second. Here's the first pitch. That is going to be a strike, but the umpire calls it a ball. And Alvarez, see, this is the difference. Ohtani had confidence to challenge in that first at-bat. Alvarez didn't have the confidence because they've been so bad with challenges this year, the Mets. 1-0 pitch. That is going to be hit well to right center. Benj is there. He's going to make the play. That is going to be a fly out. That is going to be the first out of this ball game. New York Mets and the Los Angeles Dodgers. When the Mets played the Dodgers, was it April or May? One of those months, it was April or May. The Mets got swept. Mets got swept, and it was tough. Tommy Edman, this is his 87th at bat of the season. That is going to be popped up, foul out of play. So, the Dodgers, we've seen a lot of years they start off the year unhealthy, but then at the right times, they find a way to, be healthy and make their runs. Manaea, he is right now, let's see the pitch here, 0-1. That is going to be in there, strike 2. So Manaea starting off this game, definitely throwing strikes. That's a good sign right there that he's been able to start this game and started throwing strikes. So 100%, that's a good sign right there. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That is going to be fouled away. We are going to do it again at 0-2. 93 miles per hour from Manaea. Look, the Mets in the second half to start, they are 3-3. They won a series in Philadelphia. They just lost the series in Milwaukee, where I was heavily upset with the series. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Sean Manaea gets a strikeout, and we got 2 away in the top of the first inning. I was heavily upset in that last game versus the Brewers because I felt like the Mets gave the game away. Putting Brett Baty was frustrating, putting him there to play right field. But, all right, Freddie Freeman is up right now. Here's the first pitch from Anaya. That is going to miss outside. 1 ball and no strikes. We got the New York Mets fan is also here right now. Freddie Freeman hitting 289, 15 home runs, 51 RBIs. 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike right now. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, the Mets, Sean Manaea is pitching in this game, and Sasaki is pitching for the Dodgers. 1-1. That is going to be fouled away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's a strike away from getting out of the inning. A strike away from getting out of it. Let's see if he's going to be able to do it. Let's see there. Here's the 1-2 from Manaea. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That is going to end the inning. Sean Manaea, a really good first inning after giving up a leadoff hit. Nonetheless, the Mets are able to limit any damage, and we are going now to the bottom of the first inning. Without a doubt, I got to take some time to go around the MLB. And there's some headlines. Skubal wants to finish season with the Tigers and win a World Series. How about that? That's what Skubal wants. Is Skubal going to get what he wants? We are going to find out in these next 9 days or so. But, yeah, folks, I mean, you know, the trade deadline is approaching us, folks. It's approaching us, and we are 100% going to find out what is going to go down. We're going to find out as time continues to go, as we continue to get closer. So, you know, we are going to find out what is going to happen in these next few days. I believe the trade deadline, not this Monday, but the following Monday. It's going to be the following Monday. So let's see how that is going to work. Again, Roki Sasaki, he is pitching in this game for the Dodgers. We got Sinatra in the building. Sinatra says, I say he stays for the season and he leaves in the offseason. Dodgers or Mets will sign him. All right. I hope the Mets sign him. And Sinatra, I've never asked, do you think there's going to be a lockout for the MLB? Do you think? Let us know. I hope there's not, but I don't know, man. I'm so undecided with it, but I hope there's not a lockout. But look, all right. Look, if we're talking about the Mets, I know that most have given up on the Mets this season. They don't believe anything good's going to happen, but I'm still believing. AJ Ewing, Juan Soto, Bo Bichette, Francisco Lindor, Carson Bench, Luis Robert Jr., Jared Young. First pitch to AJ Ewing, hit well, but hit right to Kyle Tucker. So a first pitch fly out for AJ Ewing. AJ Ewing swung at that first pitch, hit it pretty well, but it's going to be the first out of the inning. And yeah, the Mets lineup, let me go back to it. After Robert Jr., we got Jared Young, Marcus Semien, and Francisco Alvarez. All right, Roki Sasaki. He's pitching now to Juan Soto. Here is the first pitch to Soto. He shows bunt, and that's going to be in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. 1 ball and no strikes right now. 1-0 right now. I hope not, bro, but honestly, it's looking like it will be. Sinatra, I really hope not as well, you know. Really hope not. Here's the 1-0 pitch right now. That is going to miss outside as well. 2 balls and no strikes. So Soto is DH. Yes, Soto is DH. You still think the 76ers are second? I do. I put them behind the Knicks. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Soto takes a ball, 3 balls and no strikes. The reason why, look, we've seen a lot of teams be good on paper but not succeed. The Knicks are an actual team, whereas the Sixers are just good on paper. We need to see them put it together, you know? 3-0. Ball 4. Soto takes a 4-pitch walk, And he is going to be going on base right now. Let's go Mets. Yeah, Mets are playing the Dodgers. Look, Mets got swept by the Dodgers earlier in the season during their 12-game losing streak. I would love to see the Mets sweep the Dodgers. I would love that. But if I'm just being honest, 2 out of 3, you take 2 out of 3. I'm telling you, if the Mets can do that. Here's Bichette. Bichette takes a breaking ball right down the middle, strike 1. If the Mets can just get themselves, that, I'll be happy. Sinatra says Jalen going for MVP next season. I can see. I just want to win the series as well, Sinatra. I'm telling you. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Bichette slices that foul. 99 miles per hour, 0-2. I got so many Mets baseball cards. Shout out to Caden for being here. Gabita's here. User, Caden, Dalen, Matos, iDope, Saucy's here. Sinatra, Ka, and New York Mets fan, they are here. 0-2. Bichette swings at a pitch that was never a strike. Strike out, 2 away. And it was a good pitch. It's a splitter, but, people that play baseball know how filthy some of these pitches are. Yeah. 100%. We got Altana's here. We got CM Republican is also here as well. Lindor's up right now. First pitch to Lindor is going to be a ball. 1 ball and no strikes right now. 1 ball, no strikes. We got to get the Mets hat on today. Have the, representing. Lindor right now, he's hitting .233 on the year, 6 home runs, 16 RBIs. Can he finish off this year healthy? And that is going to be a strike, 1-1. Can Lindor finish the year healthy and finish well? I got a $60 Francisco Lindor rainbow. Hey, shout out there. I've never really been a baseball card collector, but I think it's an amazing hobby. 1-1 pitch. Lindor takes outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 balls and 1 strike right now. Let's see what the Mets can do in this game, in this series. I'm really hoping minimum, take the series. Win the series. Come on. They can. Here's a 2-1. Lindor swings at a filthy splitter, and they're going to be even right there. It is now a 2 balls and 2 strikes count. Roki Sasaki, he is pitching in this ball game. Here's the 2-2 pitch right now to Lindor. Here it is. Lindor hits it right to the third baseman. That was shaded, that was shifted, and that's going to be the ending of the inning. So both pitchers allow 1 base runner, but both pitchers have clean 1, 2, 3 innings with no runs. Yeah, it's a good question, Sinatra. I made $360 from a $25 box. Look, I think a lot of things can be monetized. You just got to have a good strategy, honestly, and find your audience, I think that's a big thing. Thoughts on Roki? We was going to spend bank on him. I agree. Look, he has good stuff. He just hasn't been able to put it together. So I'm glad the Mets didn't get him, because if he's bad with the Dodgers, can you imagine how bad he would probably have been with the Mets? So I think he has good stuff, though. And I guess maybe just time for him. Some people need that time. Some people definitely need that time. So, we're going to have to see how it goes. Pim. Yeah, we're going to have to definitely see how that is going to go, though. We're going to definitely see how that is going to go. Let us see here right now. Yeah, folks, so we're live. We are live for New York Mets baseball. Let me go there. Not too long ago, I made a pizza. I made a pizza not too long ago, a homemade pizza. So it's definitely... I always enjoy making homemade pizzas. I prefer mines than the outdoor ones, to be honest. Mines are not greasy at all. All right, folks, look, we're back. Game is just about to start back in the 2nd inning. Let us see what is going to go down as this game continues right now. First pitch to Mookie Betts. Swings at it, hits it to Lindor. One pitch, one out. So we got a ground out there. One pitch, one out, folks. You got, how is it, Peem? Nice. I hope you enjoy it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Just be careful. My wife does not like bugs or anything like that. She's ready. She has a kitchen mitt right now. She's ready to, to do damage. All right. So Sean Manaea, he's facing the World Series hero, Miguel Rojas, right now. Unbelievable what he did last year in the World Series. Absolutely unbelievable. Here's the first pitch to him. It's going to be in there, strike one. No balls and one strike. Right now, as we talk about it, they're showing the replay of that home run. And yeah, Hoffman, he's been an absolute disaster. That's going to be ball one. 1-1. Hoffman has been an absolute disaster for the Blue Jays. I'm telling you, he's been a disaster. Absolute disaster. Here's the 1-1 pitch right now. That is going to be hit off the end of the bat. Robert Jr. and A.J. Ewing are running in. A.J. Ewing was able to make that catch. That's going to be 2 outs right now. They're showing replays of the World Series. They're showing right now that. So, yeah, folks, let's see. Macon Banks says, what teams do you want to see in the World Series? All right, first pitch of Kyle Tucker is going to be in there, strike one. Look, of course I want to see the Mets in the World Series, but if not the Mets, give me a little bit, let me see this at bat. 0-1. Misses inside, 1-1. And wow, Kyle Tucker is batting 7th for the Dodgers. He's hitting only 236, so he's not been doing that good with the Dodgers. 236, 1-1 pitch. Grounded, that's going to be foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes right now. Making bank, give me a little bit. I want to be able to look at the stats. Look at the teams, look at the standings. And I'm going to give you a reply for that answer. Good first inning for Manaea, I agree. 1-2 pitch. That ball may be a home run there. No, it's not a home run. Sorry. Benj is right there. That's going to end the inning. And it's another 1-2-3, another scoreless inning for Manaea. I am sad we did not get Braun. We lost our only chance. Stephen Curry, look. You shouldn't be so mad about not getting Braun. Like, you shouldn't, man. You shouldn't. Because LeBron, he misses games during the season. He misses 20 to 30 games. I don't see LeBron playing 70 games this season. I see maybe 50 to 60, maybe. Something like that, because you got to preserve him. So, if the Mets sweep the Dodgers, do you think they can make the playoffs? Stephen Curry, if the Mets sweep the Dodgers and they follow up to win, they have 10 games. They have the Dodgers, the Dodgers, Braves, and Marlins. If the Mets can have an incredible homestand, then I'll give them a little hope. But if this homestand is like 4-6, it's over. I don't believe it. Granddaddy's here. What's going on? Jared, I appreciate you sending the donut. What's going on, Jared? Hope all is well with you. Yeah, folks, let's see. Let's see. Who you got in this game? Who you got? Mets, Dodgers. I'm curious in this game. But one thing I have noticed, I remember when the season was fairly early, a lot of people were a lot of people would come here for money lines for the Mets. That doesn't happen anymore. People have just given up on the Mets. And I get it, because, the Mets just have let us down, But I used to have a lot of people in the beginning come with that. Granddaddy, I appreciate you sending the 2 cake slices. Hey, 10-0 homestand Stephen Curry would be nice. I'll be honest with you. If the Mets could go on a 10-0 homestand, that'd be amazing. Here's the pitch to Sasaki. From Sasaki, it's going to be ball 1 to Carson Bench. The Phillies and Mets are terrible. The Phillies, Star Wars, what are you talking about? Why you say the Phillies are terrible? What's going on, Star Wars? What's going on with that? Here's the 1-0 pitch right now. That is going to be ball up high 2-0. And Star Wars, are you happy about LeBron coming to the 76ers? Are you happy about that? Let us know, Star Wars. I needed the breaking news from you earlier. Here's the 2-0 pitch to Bench. Bench, broken bat most likely. Fielded cleanly. That is going to be the first out of the inning, a grounder to second base. I'm going to do some scores around the MLB in a few. We're starting to fall apart. Star Wars says that they're starting to fall apart. So, we're going to have to definitely at least pay attention to that. We're going to have to see what is going on with the Phillies. All right, Luis Robert Jr. is up right now. First pitch to him is going to miss inside, 1 ball and no strikes. All right, really fast, making bank to answer his question. Who do I want to see in the playoffs or the World Series better? Here's the 1-0 pitch right now. That is going to be grounded to the third baseman, but that's going to go foul. So, currently, okay. Look. Let me see. From the NL, look, I honestly would probably choose the Brewers. I don't want to see the Dodgers, the Braves, even the Cubs or the Phillies. I don't want to see no NL East team. If I had to choose a team other than the Mets to make it to the World Series, I would probably choose the Brewers or the San Diego Padres. One of those teams I would like. And from the American League, the White Sox, I know that they're new, but I guess I like seeing new teams. 1-1. That's going to be fouled away again. So from the NL, Padres or Brewers if it's not the Mets. From the AL, the Mariners, the White Sox, the Guardians, or even the Tigers. One of those teams. I don't want to see teams that have always won. Here's the 1-2. Popped up. Is that going to get out of play? Yes, it is going to get out of play. We're going to do it again at 1-2. And Stephen Curry, it's possible. It's possible. They got to play. They got to make it happen. They got to make it happen. The Mets, if they want to do it, is now. They're showing Lindor sitting close to or standing there close to Soto. Here's the 1-2 pitch right now. Ooh, fouled off of, I think, the umpire's mask. Wow. And look, I know the Mets are really out of it in the sense of how bad they've been, but look, all it takes is 1 win streak for the Mets. That's all I could say is that's it. 1-2. Misses 1-1. 2-2. Is that win streak going to happen? I don't know. I can't say it's going to happen. But if the Mets could just find a way to go on 1 win streak, just 1, an 8, a 9, a 10, something like that. 2-2. That ball may be way out of here. If it stays fair, it's gone. And it is gone. Luis Robert Jr., he's going to touch them all. And the Mets have themselves a 1-0 lead in this ball game. 381 feet. It was hit a mile high. It was well fair. But for me, it was just, if it stood fair, I knew that was going to be gone. And indeed, it was gone. Look, folks, let's see. Look, again, the Mets right now, like, if you look at the NL, the wild card race, I'm telling you, it's, the teams, ball 1 to Jared Young, the teams, like, haven't ran away with it. Like, the third wild card is the Diamondbacks. Now, they do have the tiebreaker over the Mets. They're 54-49. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Jared Young swings and misses, strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. New York Mets fan, you already know. We got Sigma. Score is here. Chiara is here. Chiara Berta. Papa Duke. Prince is here. 1-1. That is going to be ripped, and that's going to be a base hit. It's going to get past the center fielder. He's going to do a good job to cut it off. Jared's going for second base, and he's going to be in there with a 1-out double. Good hustle for Jared Young. He finds the way to get to second base. Pages did a really good job by cutting that off, but Jared Young was just able to get in there. So a really, really good job there. That was, hit really, really hard. But Pages did a good job to cut it off. Really good job to cut it off and made a good throw. Made a good throw. All right, Simeon's up now. Simeon swings at a pitch that was low. That is going to be 1 ball, no balls and 1 strike right now. Paul says Robert Jr. boosting that trade value. I agree. I definitely agree. He is. And that is going to miss 1-1. Look, Robert Jr. will be traded. If the Mets don't do in these next 10 games this homestand and a massive, massive winning streak, Robert Jr., you got to trade him. You can't keep him. You can't. You can't pay him $20 million a year if you're the Mets. 1-1. That is going to be fouled away. You can't play Robert Jr. $20 million if he's not going to be healthy. You just can't do it. Especially with Benj, AJ Ewing, and Soto. You can't. So, let's go Mets. You already know Mets, worst team in baseball. Big Blue, they're not the worst team in baseball. 1-2, misses. They're not the worst team in baseball, but they're close. They're one of the 5 worst teams in baseball. I'll give you that. Granddaddy, we keeping Robert to the end of the year. Wild card. Okay, you are taking, you gotta believe, a little too far. Hey, 2-2 pitch right now. Here it is. Did he go? Oh, they said he went. Strike 3. Look, I know that the Mets' chances of making a wild card are like 0 to none, but he did not go there, by the way, neither. That was a garbage call by the first base umpire. Horrible call by the umpire. The game versus the Brewers, there was 2 of them where the guy heavily crossed further and they call it here. Horrible job by the umpire. Alvarez is up right now. That is going to be off the end of the bat, but Pages is there to center field. That's going to end the inning. So the Mets get a home run from Robert Jr. and they lead this game as we go to the 3rd. Look, I know that the chances of the Mets making anything happen are like 0 to none, but look, it is what it is, man. All I can do, I'm not predicting that these things are going to happen, but as a Met fan, all I could say is right now, if they could just find a way to go on a win streak, just a win streak. They're healthy now, quote unquote. Clay Holmes pitched well yesterday. Let me even Clay Holmes rehab. Let me give that rehab. Let me see that outing yesterday. Let me see Clay Holmes. So Clay Holmes yesterday, no, he wasn't that good, but Clay Holmes, let me see there. He gave up 2 runs and 3 hits, walked 2 batters, so that's not that good, and struck out 2 over 2 1/3. He threw 51 pitches. So, look, I mean, the Mets pitching, if they could just give you a chance to win a damn game. Let's see, man. All I know is that the Mets played the Phillies and the Brewers. They played them pretty good over this series, over those 6 games. Now, I would have loved for the Mets to win against the Brewers, but putting Brett Beatty in right field, I mean, that's common sense. It's a no. You shouldn't do that, but they did it. But, hey, let's see. Tobias is here. Mano is here. Bill. Sleevy Wonder, iDope is here. Crystal is here as well. David, Motor City Sports, MGM Team Brooklyn, Fedai, Professor, Markel, Gina Marie, Marcos, Miss Ya, let's see, Pedro, Nelson, Sylvester, New York Mets fan, Prince, Miguel, Kelly, Daniel, Sammy's here. Miss Me, Swing and a Miss, Teoscar Hernandez swings. Jared is here. Granddaddy, Kevin, Yadian is here. Green Lake, Fabs, Samuli, 0-1. Swing and a miss again, 0-2. Guys, anybody, do you think the Mets would trade Bo Bichette? Anybody think that they would trade him at the deadline? That is going to be hit, foul, and we're going to do it again at 0-2. Any of you think that, though, that Bo Bichette could possibly be traded? I'm going to do in a few moments some... I'm going to do a quick update around the MLB for the scores in just a few more moments. Let's see this 0-2 pitch here to Hernandez. That's going to be grounded. Oh, that's a fair ball. And throw to second. Oh, not a good throw, though. They would have had him there. A good throw and Teoscar Hernandez would have been out. They're going to call that a double. But Bichette was saying that that's a fair ball. Yeah, it's a fair ball. But yeah, a good throw by A.J. Ewing, and you would have had him at second. So it's a leadoff double for the Dodgers right now. Leadoff double. Yeah, that is going to be a strike right there. No balls and one strike. The catcher for the Dodgers, Rushing, is hitting right now. The very vocal catcher. Here's the 0-1 right now to Rushing. That's going to be fouled back. 0-2 right now. 0-2. We got Takeshi's here. Jose, Frederick, Luca, Amada Rodriguez. Gina Alatriste is here. Eliania. Hopefully I'm saying the name right. Here's the 0-2 pitch right now. There it is. Strike three. That is going to be one away. Nice pitch there by Manaya. And Manaya gets his third strikeout of the game. Dr. TMC is here. Michael is here. Dave or Dav. Let's see who else. David. Aaliyah is here. Marissa. Lucado. Here's Otani. He's going to take... Oh, that was a strike. But look, the Mets are so bad with challenging. They just do not have confidence in challenging close pitches, especially early in the game. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Otani. That is going to be fouled back. He missed that pitch right there, Otani. He definitely missed that pitch right there. We got Slide, Surfer is here. Morris, Manny, Franco is here. Stachlek is here. 1-1 pitch. That is going to be fouled back again. 1-2. Tobias is here. Let's see who else. We also got PWL60, Jared. Otani, 4-time MVP winner. He's won in the American League and the National League. Here's the 1-2 pitch right now to Otani. That is going to be fouled back again. We're going to do it again at 1-2. 1-2. And yeah, Otani. Now, I don't know if Otani's going to be pitching in this series. I don't think he's going to be pitching in this series. I need to take a look in a few. 1-2. Grounded. Right to the first baseman, Jared Young. It's going to be a ground out, but it's going to advance Hernandez to third base. So now the Dodgers have the tying run. Yeah, so in April 13th, April 14th, and 15th, the Dodgers swept the Mets. And Mets only scored 3 games in 3 games. really, really bad at that time. Let's see if they can make a different story here now. All right, Pages is up right now. First pitch to him. That is going to miss outside. 1 ball and no strikes right now. 1 ball and no strikes. That is the count at the moment right now. 1-0. Here it is. That is going to be fouled away. 1 ball and 1 strike right now. Let's hope that the Mets can get out of this inning and still have themselves a lead. Let's see if they are going to be able to do that. All right, here's the 1-1 pitch. Manaya's up to only 35. That's a good pitch right there, but that was just inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Let me fix that there. Manaya is up to 36 pitches right now. 36 pitches. Efficient to start off. 2-1. Swing and a miss. That's going to be tipped, actually. We're going to do it again at 2-2. He's a strike away from getting out of it. We got FC Mobile. Barca is here. Joseph is here. Juan is here. Prince. Gina. iDope Saucy. Anuedi Vasquez is also here. New York Mets fan is here. Here's the 2-2 pitch right now to Pages. Can the Mets get out of this with a lead? Here it is. Way up high. Full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. I'm going to do after this at bat or after this inning, I am going to go to a quick update around the MLB and let you all know what's going on. Here's the full count. That's going to be fouled back. We're going to do it again at 3-2. So, yeah, this at bat is still going. We got some good matchups going on, though, around the MLB. I will say that. And, yeah, Manaya, he's pretty efficient. I mean, he's 40 pitches, 31 of them are strikes. Really good. 3-2. Ball 4. As I just speak about him being efficient, he's still efficient. 41 pitches, and 31 of them are strikes. That's really good. Look, folks, so around the MLB, the Cubs and Pirates are scoreless. Pirates have a chance, though, with the bases loaded and no outs. Tigers are up 2-1 over the Royals. Diamondbacks are up 2-0 over the Nationals. Yankees are beating the Phillies right now, 1-0. Orioles are beating the Braves, 2-0. The Rays are beating the Guardians, 2-0. Marlins are up 1-0 over the Padres. Edman hits right to Lindor, a line out, and that is gonna end the inning. So Manaya makes that pitch. Edman hit it hard, but right to Lindor. Mets still lead as we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. The Red Sox are leading. They had their win streak end. The Red Sox are leading 1-0 over the Blue Jays. How about the Blue Jays? They've been struggling. Astros and White Sox are scoreless. Mariners Rangers starts at 8:05 Eastern Time. Athletics Twins 8:10 Eastern Time. Reds and Cardinals 8:15 Eastern Time. And then we got the Giants and the Angels at 10:15 Eastern Time. Earlier, we had a game with the Rockies and the Brewers. The Rockies won that game 5-2. Lau Torres, I appreciate you with the follow. Lillian Rican is here. Kevin Tobias. Look, folks, I appreciate all of you being here. As much as I can, I try my best to live stream as many Mets games as possible. And look, I know it's been a season that all of us want to forget with how bad it's been. It's been a disaster of a season. Let's just say that. It's been an absolute disaster of a season. And you know, the only thing I could say is that in the good and the bad, I'm a Mets fan, and let's hope that better times are coming. Let's hope that definitely better times are coming. We got Angela's here. It's Gomez. Now you know. Aaliyah, Sleevy, Wonder. Leonard is here. All right, the Mets are going to have the top of the order right now we are now going to the bottom of the third inning. And you can see right there what has happened so far. The Mets have a run off of a Luis Robert Jr. solo home run. AJ Ewing is batting right now. The first pitch of this game, he swung at that first pitch and he hit it hard, but right to the left fielder. First pitch to AJ Ewing, he's going to take a strike right there. No balls and 1 strike right now. No balls and 1 strike. 272 average, 7 home runs, 25 RBIs. That's going to be hit to the second baseman, Rojas. Rojas makes a nice backhand play, and that's going to be a ground out there, 1 away in the inning. Which player would you like to see stay with the Mets? They have a quick pitch poll. And I'm curious, you can all let us know which player on the Mets, now that we're by the trade deadline, which player do you want to see stay with the Mets? Do any of you have players that you're like, please Mets, don't trade them no matter what? Strike 1 to Juan Soto. Juan Soto was walked on 4 pitches in his first at bat. All right. Soto's hitting 283. Here's the 0-1 pitch right now. Soto takes a ball low. 1 ball and 1 strike right now. One ball and 1 strike right now. Here's the pitch. That's a good pitch out there, but it misses outside. 2 balls and 1 strike right now. 2-1 is the count right now, folks. 2-1. Bo Bichette struck out swinging in his first at bat. He's on deck. Here's the 2 balls, 1 strike pitch to Soto. Soto's going to challenge that. Yeah, that 100% Soto's going to win that. That was a ball. The umpire called a pitch that was like, it was like a foot low almost. Let's see how much. It was more than a foot low, and he called it a strike, and Soto challenged it. He wins it. 3-1 right now to Soto. Let's see Soto if he could draw another walk or get on right here. 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. So Soto's been walked 2 times in his first 2 at-bats, which, look, can I be honest with you? We don't want to see Soto on the bases that much. If indeed he is having issues with his calf, we do not, the last thing us Met fans want to see is Soto sprinting and running all. Now, I get it. He's a professional. He's going to have to do it, but, you know, and that's a part of the game. All right, let's see. Bichette's up. Bichette takes a nice slider, 88 mile per hour, strike 1. Bichette struck out again in his first at bat. Struck out swinging. Here is the 0-1 pitch right now. Bichette swings at another pitch that is like, what are you swinging at, Bichette? Come on now. You cannot swing at that pitch. That pitch is never a strike. They're showing Sasaki's pitch usage this year. 43% four-seam fastball. 43%. Other pitches are spread out. Here's the pickoff attempt. Soto gets back. And we're going to have to reset for the 0-2 count. Pamela Watkins is here. Johnny. Faru. Felek is here. Lennon is here. Lily Enriquez. Tobias. Allen. Prince. New York Mets fan. And Bichette hits it up the middle. And that's going to be a double play. 4-4-3 double play. Bichette didn't put a good swing on it. He just threw the bat out. It got by the pitcher. Right to Rojas at second base. Rojas fielded it. Bichette ain't sprinting down the line. Fields it, and an easy double play. What's going on, Matthew? How you doing, man? I hope all is well with you. We got Paulina is here. Codis. Leonardo. Martinez here. Tobias. Let's see who else. Jared is also here. Sonia is here right now. Shout out to all of you, the Mets fans, for being here and, you know, representing all the work that we are doing here right now. Shout out to all of you. And look, folks, we had some breaking news again earlier. What's his name? LeBron James. How about LeBron James signs with the, signs with the, I'm losing my thought. Signs with the Philadelphia 76ers. How about that? LeBron James signs with the Philadelphia 76ers. I mean, that right there is heavily, a shocker. Look, it doesn't change the fact that he is still at a high age. So, if this was prime LeBron, then that's a different story. But it's not prime LeBron. But look, experience-wise, I think it's still a solid move. But I don't think this makes them the favorite. But I think for sure that they could be the second best team in the East. I definitely do think that. I definitely do think that they could be the second best team because, it's pretty interesting when you see that. All right, Freddie Freeman, first pitch of the inning, it's a ball. Manaea, 100%. Manaea started off this game really, really well. Really well. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That's going to be, oh my goodness, Blue, what are we doing, Blue? Oh my goodness, that's clearly a strike, and this Blue is not calling it a strike. It's a strike. Oh my goodness. What is going on with Blue today? That's a good challenge there by Alvarez. Here's the 1-1 pitch right now. Misses inside. 2 balls and 1 strike right now from Manaea. Carrie Downs is here. What's going on, Carrie? Jared Marco is here. Lily Enrique. A Shook. That is going to be lined the other way. It is going to be a leadoff single for Freddie Freeman right now. Leadoff single for Freddie Freeman at the moment. So once again, the Dodgers have the leadoff man on base, and they played him for a shift. If Lindor wasn't shifted, they played him up the middle. If Lindor wasn't shifted up the middle, 100% he would have been easy ground out. Here's Mookie Betts right now. First pitch to him, it's going to be a strike. No balls and 1 strike right now. Carrie Downs, good night. Let's go Daggers from Nicaragua. Shout out to you, Carrie Downs. Happy to have you be here right now. Here's the 0-1 pitch coming up to Betts. That's going to be hit, and that's going to get to right center field. Freddie Freeman, even with how slow he is going to go first to third. And all of a sudden, the Dodgers have the table set. They have first and third. Nobody out. Of course, the bottom of the lineup is still coming up, but they have one of the deepest lineups. And if I'm not mistaken, it's what? Kyle Tucker and Teoscar Hernandez. So 100% they have a deep lineup. And look, Manaea, he's in trouble right now. Let's see if he can get out of this and try to limit the damage. Oh, sorry. Miguel Rojas is up first, and he's a veteran, so I don't expect him to strike out. I expect him to put the ball in play. And he shoots that one foul. No balls and 1 strike. 100%. I expect him to put the ball in play. No chance do I would love to see a strikeout, but I just don't see that happening. I just don't see him striking out. Here's the 0-1 pitch right now to Miguel Rojas. That's going to be hit to right field. Yep, that's going to get the run in 100%. Benj is there. And, yep, it's going to be a sacrifice fly. The game is tied right now. It's 1-1, folks. Sacrifice fly there for Miguel Rojas. Yeah, it was just no chance that I was expecting him to. There's no chance I was expecting him to strike out. I expected him to put the ball in play, especially with Manaea not being somebody that throws that hard. It's a tie game, folks. 1-1. Kyle Tucker's up right now. First pitch to him. Way outside. Gets by Alvarez. Gets behind Alvarez, but Alvarez was just enough able to get it quickly, and Betts wasn't able to advance there. Betts could not advance. If Betts would have been on his toes, he probably could have advanced there. But he stays at first base. 1-0 pitch right now to Kyle Tucker. Freddie is here. Frank. Angela Igari. Legrand is here. 1-0. Strike one. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch. That's a good pitch right there, but not going to get the call. 2-1. And that's one that if they would have challenged it, they probably could have got that overturned, but they didn't. On Facebook, we have Alice is there. Shout out to Alice for being on the live stream. Here is the 2-1 pitch. 3-1. So Manaea, this inning, he's struggled a little bit. He struggled a little bit with control. And he's been throwing more pitches. And he got Teoscar Hernandez on deck. Imagine a lineup with Teoscar Hernandez hitting 8th. Unbelievable. Shows you how deep this lineup is. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Only 90 mile per hour fastball though. Only a 90 mile per hour fastball. Full count. Let's see if Manaea could get out of this without giving any more runs. Let's see if we can get pitcher's best friend. Strike 3. Oh, you got to challenge that. Yes, good challenge. Good challenge. Come on, Blue. Give him the challenge, man. Give him the challenge. What are we doing? That was a strike. And Alvarez, he did do it a smidge late, but come on now. Got to give him that challenge. It wasn't that late. I don't think it was that late. I'm not going to update the scoreboard. If they don't give him the challenge, it's first and second. But I don't feel like he held it too long. Let's see here. The umps just came together. They are discussing right now. Umps are discussing right now. Let's see what they're going to do. If they're going to give them the challenge. Because that was strike 3 right there. Let's see. He didn't challenge immediately. Oh my gosh, man. What garbage, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's see here. Let's see the replay. Umpires still find a way to screw up things, even with ABS. Umpires still find a way to screw things up. Dodgers have first and second right now. Look, Alvarez, I would say this. He took a little long to challenge. He did. I will give that. He took a little long, but whatever, man. It's over. First and second, Dodgers have. Hernandez fouls that one back. 1 ball, no balls and 1 strike right now. PR says, I believe in the Mets. Hey, it's not easy to believe in them, I'll tell you that. 0-1. Misses high. 1 ball and 1 strike. So this umpire so far, has been horrible in the game. Saludos, ¿cómo estás, Sanchez? Espero que todo está bien. Umpires have found a way to be bad. 1-1, and now, look, it doesn't take away the fact that he's lost some control this inning. He's not throwing strikes like he used to be throwing. So, he's going to have to settle in. He's going to have to heavily settle in. My goodness, though. Yeah, Manaya's last two innings, he's thrown 20 and 17. So his first two innings, 14 and 8. Third inning, 20. This inning so far, 17. He's one ground ball away, though, from getting out of this. It's just that, look, the thing with Manaya doesn't throw hard, And he doesn't have like a sinker or nothing like that. 2-1. Strike two. That's a borderline strike right there. 2 balls and 2 strikes right there. I think it was a strike for sure, though. Hernandez didn't challenge it, but Hernandez is going to call timeout right there. Let's see, folks. Let's see. It's a big, big at bat in this game. Dodgers tied it up. You don't want to let this game get out of hand. 2-2. Foul back. We're going to do it again. Yeah, again, in his first 2 innings, he threw 22 pitches combined. His last 2, he is at 39 right now. 39. So this pitch right here is his 40th pitch in the last 2 innings. 2-2. And that's not even close. Ball 3. So, look, I wish Alvarez would have challenged it earlier. He didn't. I get it. It was a little late. But then again, Manaya's not. He's lost control now. And this is a dangerous pitch right here. It's a full count. First and second. 1 out. And Hernandez skies it to right. Is that going to stay in fair territory? It is. And Benj makes the play. And that's going to be a fly out. But Mookie Betts was able to tag and go to third base. So now there's 2 away. And he's going to be facing the left-handed hitter, Dalton Rushing. Flying high says Cohen needs to eat that contract. Look, what Manaya did in 2024 was amazing. I'm going to be honest. But giving him a 3-year, $25 million deal was like, yikes. That was right now, that contract is looking absolutely horrible. Horrible. And, I mean, look, to be fair, he hasn't been bad in the game. I mean, this inning he's gotten into trouble, but let's see if he can get out of it. If he could get out of this, let's see. Here's the first pitch coming up to Rushing, the 9-hitter for the Dodgers. That is going to be a strike. No balls and 1 strike. The Dodgers have first and third, 2 outs. Surfing Boy says Mets will Met. Bruh. Fans wanted him back. Look, I'm not mad that he's back, but I did think 3 years, $75 million was a lot. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Strike 2. So he's a strike away. I'm telling you, 1 more out. They just need 1 more out right now. Manaya's up to 65 pitches. His first 2 innings combined, 22 pitches. He got Ohtani on deck. You cannot face Ohtani this inning. His last 2 innings, he's at a combined, 43. This is his 44th pitch. 24th of this inning. Here's the 0-2. Misses outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Surfing Boy says, I'm an Angels fan and I feel your pain. Yeah, it's not easy being a Mets fan, I'm telling you. This is the first year that I ever live stream an MLB season. And look, I'm having to deal with this from the Mets. 1-2. That's going to be popped up. Shallow left. AJ Ewing's there. He's going to make that play. And that's going to retire the side. So, look, the Mets and Manaya are able to hold the Dodgers to only the 1 run. It's 1-1 going to the bottom of the 4th. Surfing Boy, what do you think? Do you think the Angels should trade Mike Trout for some, prospects? For something? I think they should. They're not going to go any... No. I'm going to just wait till after. Thank you. I think they're not going to win with Mike Trout. If I'm the Angels, I'm trading Mike Trout, you know? You gotta trade him. And yeah, pro lar PP. I'm think when I see your chat that you put the clapping, I keep thinking of Polar. I keep seeing Polar Bear. I guess that's the Mets fan in me. Paul says the Frankie Montas contract was a disaster. He's still being paid right now. He is still being paid right now. That is absolutely horrible. He's not even healthy. He had what? Tommy John surgery, UCL surgery, something like that. He wasn't even able to pitch. Imagine a team cut you and you have the whole year off just to rehab and you're gonna get like 16 million. That's amazing. Shout out to Christy 330 40 30 14 for sharing the live. We got Matthew 2. By the way, this is the old MT Collects brother. Oh, shout out. Shout out to you. Welcome. Happy to have you here. Do you think Dodgers will win? Look, I'm going with the Mets, man. The Dodgers are the better team, but I'm a Mets fan and I'm believing that they'll find a way to get it done, you know? Had to switch so my wife can go live. Respect. Appreciate you being here. Shout out to Isaiah Oliveras for the follow. Appreciate you. Dodgers bats are waking up. Look, Dodgers haven't played their best baseball and they're 65-38. I mean, that is just incredible. They haven't played their best baseball and they're 65-38. Here's Lindor right now facing Sasaki. Sasaki's first pitch, 98 miles per hour, strike one. Lindor, he lined out in his first inning. He lined out his first at bat, excuse me. Lindor calls timeout right now. Man, could we see, like we still got August and September. Could we see Lindor get hot for this last 2 months of the season, you know? Could we see that happen? Like hot, like 2024 vibes. 0-1 pitch. That is going to be a good pitch. Strike two. Can't complain about that pitch. That was a good pitch right there. 2 strikes right now. Lindor's down in the count. Lindor's hitting cleanup in this game, by the way. Benj is on deck. Here's the 0-2. Lindor fights that away and is able to stay alive. On TikTok, we got Gene Ahalia is here. George, Gina, Paku, Matthew 2, Davis is here. JD is here. 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Lindor takes outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Freddie Ortega is here. Matthew, Mateus, Fabian, Sale, JMBL, Gerardo, Kurt, Emilio, Jace, New York Mets fan, Tobias, Granddaddy, Jared. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Lindor. Lindor takes outside. 2 balls and no strikes. I'm still gonna teach you about football so you know more than baseball and basketball. Yeah, I definitely know more about baseball and basketball. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Lindor strikes out. Got him with a splitter. It was a good pitch. I do know a pretty decent amount about the NFL. Like, my order of sports, I would say first is baseball, then basketball, then American football, you know? So that's where I'm at in terms of the sports and the order that I have the sports, you know, that I like or whatnot. Yeah, folks. Here is the pitch to Carson Benj. And he swings at that pitch, not even close. It's a filthy pitch, strike one. You know, folks, look, what I did today. Today, I went on YouTube or Facebook groups. I went on, you know, Instagram, TikTok, 0-1. Swing and a miss. Oh, my God. What happened to Carson Benj right there? What in the world happened there? That was weird right there. I need to see that replay right there. Yeah, so folks, today I went on social media and I started to reach out to Met fans. 0-2 pitch. Strike three. What a horrible at bat for Carson Bench. Horrible at bat. Bench looked, whew, he was exposed there. Yeah, so, you know, I went on and I started contacting random Met fans, asking them to follow the channel, to support, to subscribe on YouTube, and I gotta keep doing it little by little. Here's the pitch to Robert Jr. He swings and misses, strike one. So yeah, you know, like I'm trying to meet as many Met fans as possible, and I'm excited to keep meeting Met fans and, you know, connecting. Robert Jr. takes a ball low, 1-1 right now. 1-1 is the count. We got Minnie is here, Dubari's here, Oppo, Lot, Grace, Miguel, Aaliyah, Tobias, Kevin is here, Kurt. 1-1 pitch. That's gonna miss low. 2-1 right now. They checked the swing, but he did not go. After this inning, I'll take a moment to go around the MLB and take a look at the scores of what's going on. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Robert checks his swing, but hits it over the first base bag. Sasaki's going to be able to get there. And that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning, folks. We're going to the 5th inning where the Dodgers are going to have the top of the order with Ohtani, Pages, and Edman. Miguel says, Miguel, that's cap. You know it's not hard being a Dodgers fan. You know for sure. We got Kim is here. Tak is here. Shout out to all of you. Look, folks, if you're on TikTok or on YouTube, I ask all of you, on YouTube especially, we are on the journey to 1K subs. We are at 856. And I want to ask all of you for help. In life, if you don't ask for help, there'll be moments where nothing will happen. You got to ask for help. So I ask you all for help. Subscribe on my YouTube channel. We're at 856. In this next week, before August, I'm trying to hit 1K. On YouTube, we got Ronald Duffney. Shout out to Ronald Duffney. And let's give some scores around the MLB right now. The Cubs and Pirates are tied at 1 apiece. Royals and Tigers. Tigers are up 2-1. The Nationals and the Diamondbacks are tied at 2 apiece. Yankees are up 1-0 over the Phillies. Orioles are up 3-2 over the Braves. Rays are up 5-1 over the Guardians. Mets and Dodgers are tied here 1 apiece. Padres, Marlins are tied at 1 apiece. Red Sox are beating the Blue Jays 3-0. White Sox beating the Astros 3-0. How about the White Sox? Mariners, Rangers scoreless. Athletics, Twins scoreless. Reds, Cardinals scoreless. Rockies beat the Brewers earlier. And the Angels and Giants, they are still yet to start. Shout out to Gina Alatriste for the follow. I appreciate you. We got Roy. Hey, what's going on, Roy? How you doing? I hope all is well with you. We're in the 5th inning, folks. Manaya, he's facing the top of the order. He's facing Shohei Ohtani. On Facebook, we got Carlos and Alice. That is going to be a strike right now to Ohtani. Roy says, I'm a Giants fan. Hey, Roy, shout out to you, Roy. What do you think about Jim Harbaugh's, like, not his press conference, but his Mrs. 1-1, his, like, speech where he says, we are the Giants. Oh, my God. We are the Giants. Oh, Giants for baseball. Oh, okay. I got you. 1-1 pitch. That is going to be a strike right there. 1 ball and 2 strikes right there. Giants for baseball. I thought you were talking about the football Giants. But, yeah, Giants, they've been struggling like the Mets. 1-2 pitch. That's going to be a defensive swing by Ohtani to foul it away. Shout out to John for the follow. I appreciate you. Let's see here. We're not doing good. Yeah, Roy, I'm telling you. I'm surprised the Giants are not more competitive. 1-2. Ohtani fouls it off again to the first base umpire. We're going to do it again right now. We got Jason is here. Jason, I think all the way from Malaysia. Wow, that's pretty cool. Somebody from Malaysia is here. On this channel, we've had people from all over the world join, so it means a lot. Let me see here. 1-2 pitch. That is gonna be just poked down the right field line. Oh my goodness, man. How the hell does Ohtani swing and turn that into a double? He's going for third. He's out at third. Yes, let's go. Ohtani went for the triple, but they get him out. So how about that? Trying to stretch it to a triple, and he is going to be retired. I was just saying, how does Ohtani turn that into a double? I mean, it didn't make sense. And then he was going for a triple. That's a big one to hit. Yeah, not a good throw to the cutoff man, Lindor, but hey. Ooh. But shit, you got to get that tag down earlier. That would have been, is a double for sure, but Ohtani went for 3 and they were able to get him. I don't understand how Ohtani just hit that baseball. Come on, I need over 8.5. I think I'm cooked. Sean, first pitch to Pages. He's going to hit it the opposite field. Foul. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if they're going to get 8.5. 0-1. Strike 1. Oh, strike 2. Sorry. Of course. That's good for me, Sean. I want the Mets. I want the Mets to get you that your 8.5, but you know, not the Dodgers. Pages fouls it back again. We're gonna do it again at 0-2. What you gonna do at the deadline, Roy? Look, Willie Adames, horrible contract for the Giants. I think you gotta trade Matt Chapman as well. You gotta trade him. But Willie Adames, we're seeing that the Brewers are still a really good team without him. 2 years in a row. So Willie Adames, 0-2. Hit to center field. Robert Jr. is there. That's going to be a fly out, 2 away. Willie Adames, look, he is being overpaid. He has just not been it. He's just not been it. He's just not been it, you know? He's not been it at all. Not at all. He hasn't been it at all. Not at all. So I think you got to trade him, honestly speaking. Strike 1 to Tommy Edman. He's had 30 home run season. Good for real. Wait, Roy. I just think Adames. I'm gonna check his stats in a minute. Let me check his stats. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Tommy Edman. That's gonna be weakly hit to Manaea. Manaea makes the throw. That's gonna end the inning. So a good inning for Sean Manaea, as the Mets are able to retire the Dodgers 1-2-3, and we are going now to the bottom of the 5th inning. Look, let me check Willie Adames' numbers this year. I don't understand how a team with Devers, Arise, Willie Adames, how they just aren't that good. Look, Adames is hitting 227. For what he's getting paid, he needs to be at least 260 in my opinion. 18 home runs, 45 RBIs. Okay, you know, not going to complain about that. OPS is 712. Okay. But, you know, numbers, let's check his career numbers. I want to check his career numbers. And that's why the Brewers didn't want to pay for him. The Brewers, they didn't want to overpay for him. You know, we've seen a dip in Adames. In 2026, this year, he's hitting 227. Last year, he hit 225. His last season with the Brewers, he hit 251. But in 2023, he hit 217. 2022, 238. 2021, 262. Or 285 actually. I'm seeing a mistake there. 2020 with the Rays, 259. The year before, 254 and 278. So Dames has been trending downward. Let's just say that. He's been trending downward. Yeah, not too good at all. We're going to have to see, is there anything he can do to get to salvage? But the reality is that who wants to pay for that contract? Emma Stone is at the Mets game tonight. She's actually a Met fan as well. She's in the movie Superbad. Strike one. Oh, Emma Stone is actually there because she's filming a movie, actually. She's filming a movie. Jared Young is down in the count, 0-1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Misses low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah, Sasaki, look, he hasn't pitched that well this year, but he is definitely pitching well tonight. I am Diego. I appreciate you for sharing the live. 1-1 pitch. That's going to be grounded up the middle. A leadoff single for Jared Young. Trade Chap and Lee Smith at third. Yeah, Roy, they got to definitely make a trade. Jay Studs is in the building. Uh-oh. Guess who's back? Kevin is here. Tanchi, Chris. Look, folks, I want to ask all of you, if you know Met fans, whether you're on YouTube, TikTok, send a link to them. Let's spread this out to Met fans. Us Met fans, I said this early, we got to stick together. Simeon swings at the first pitch, hits it foul. No balls and 1 strike right now. I've said this before, and I say it again. Us Met fans, we got to find a way to stick together. So I encourage all of you, share this with Met fans. And yeah, folks, let's keep going. Here's the 0-1 pitch right now. That's going to be a strike to Simeon, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. We got Juan Playboy is here. Lubari is here. Roy. Meli Michen is here. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Simeon. Simeon fouls that away and able to stay alive. Ramon is here. Michael, Sean, Prince, Hombres here. Aaliyah, Ace Shook. 150 on the Dodgers from Lubari. Wow. Just to win the game, Lubari, or is there like a certain thing that has to happen other than a win? Here's the 0-2 pitch to Simeon. Simeon takes 1 ball and 2 strikes right now. Money line. All right. Look, the Dodgers can definitely win this game. I'm a Mets fan, so you already know. Angel, let's go Mets all day. Nixon 5. You already know. Here's the 1-2 pitch right now to Simeon. Simeon able to stay alive as he fouls that one back. We're going to do it again at 1 ball and 2 strikes. What do you all think about LeBron to the 76ers? I mean, he's about to be 43 if I'm not mistaken. He's about to be 43 or 44. One of those. I think 43 actually. Here's the 1-2. Simeon hits it to right, but Tucker's right there to make the play. That's going to be the first out of the inning. He's 42. Yeah, he's going to be 43. All that to stop Brunson, bruh. Hey, look, I'm telling you, it's amazing what happened. It's amazing what happened in the NBA with the Knicks winning the championship. Michael says so over LeBron, bruh. I appreciate also the follow. And Jay Nunez is here. Jay Nunez, what's going on? Where's Making Bank at? Making Bank, you still here? Making Bank, what other sports outings or events should I be doing? Because it felt like ever since the FIFA World Cup ended, Alvarez fouls that away. He didn't want to swing there, but he did. Jay Nunez, what other sporting events should I be doing? Because the World Cup ending, I'm not going to lie, that was a really popular thing to watch. The MLB season now, we're not in the stretch run just yet. So I think the Alvarez swings and misses, strike 2. I think the stretch run, it's not as hot yet. Baseball is going to get there. Playoffs, of course. But let me know what other sporting events. It's no joke, Lubari. No joke. 0-2 pitch to Alvarez. Here it is. Strike 3. Those are those at-bats by Alvarez that you're just like, such a bad at-bat. MLS do Inter Miami. Sean, are they really worth it? You know, is it really worth it to do that? And I would even have to see how I'm going to watch the games. College football soon, 100% NFL. I'm going to take a look at Inter Miami. Messi, bro, he's playing already? He's playing already after the World Cup? Wow. I didn't know he went into the season that fast. Here's the pitch to AJ Ewing, ball one. Does Yamin Lamal play in the MLS or any other big names play in the MLS? Do any other names that are like, oh snap, the games, you know, they're worth it. Here's the 1-0 to AJ Ewing, swings and a miss. 1-1. Look, the Mets, they are struggling with the splitter in this game. They are struggling to hit that pitch. A lot of swing and misses from Sasaki. He got a yellow glove as well. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Misses. That's going to get by him. Young is going to go all the way to third. Young is going to take all the way third. Young was able to steal second base. The ball got by the catcher and he couldn't find it. So Young ends up at third. It's a 2 balls, 1 strike count right now. And that hit the umpire right here in the bicep. That hurts. Good job by Young there. No, Yamal plays for Spain only. All right, yeah, college football, NFL. Oh, boy, I cannot wait for NFL season. That Thursday night game, I cannot wait. I'm telling you. Here's the 2-1 pitch, folks. That's going to be hit. And Ewing, not a productive at-bat. He's going to fly out there. End of the inning. Not a good at-bat there by AJ Ewing. To hit the ball in the air, he's very upset as well. So you happy about him being frustrated, but, you know, not a good swing for him right there. Apple TV MLS. I have to take a look at the subscription, honestly. I have to take a look because I don't have an Apple TV subscription. Miguel says we are not winning tonight, bruh. I hope the Mets take 2 out of 3 at least. I would love to see a sweep, I'm telling you. Curtis puts W. W for who? We got Leah Merker is here. Jolly is here. Miguel, Shook, Tanchi, Jared. The podcast guys are here. Subscribe and follow. YouTube link below. Hey, shout out to the podcast guys. What do you guys, I'm not sure if the podcast guys are still here, but what do you podcast about? Always got to give shout outs to people and their work. You already know. Ewing sold, Alvarez sold too. Why would you swing at that? That's what I'm saying, Sinatra. It's like it wasn't a good swing or a good pitch for AJ Ewing to swing at there. He needed to get on top of that ball. Cannot be hitting pop-ups in that moment. Gaucho say, let's go Mets. I need another hit from Freeman. Look, I don't care if the Dodgers get as many hits. I just want to see the Mets win, honestly speaking. That's all I want to see. This team just win. And, you know, I just want to see a winning streak from this team. I want to see a winning streak from this team. I want to. This year for the Mets, I saw a 12-game losing streak, a 7-game losing streak, and a 5-game losing streak. All of those 3 losing streaks in one season. That's a combined 24 games in 3 separate streaks that they lost in a row. If you could just change those 24 games to 12-12, the Mets will be in it right now. They'll be in it. But that right there, that's why I'm asking just for one win streak. Freddie Freeman takes a ball low. I just want 1 win streak. And it has to be 7 or better. 1 7-game win streak or better. Just 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. 2-0, misses outside. Just 1. Gaucho, I'm telling you. New York City FC is a good team, but it's soccer going to Yankee Stadium tomorrow. Oh, wow. Shout out to you, Jay Nunez. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's crushed by Freeman. And it's going to hit off the wall. Benj bobbles it. And he would have had a chance if he didn't bobble it. Well, Freddie Freeman gets the hit that you needed. And that's a leadoff double for the Dodgers. Nikki says, buddy, we're selling this over. Look, I know, but look. hearing Bryce Harper and Mookie Betts laugh and say, you know, it's the Mets. I'm not saying that they're wrong or whatever. Everybody can say whatever they want. And I didn't listen to the whole podcast or the whole interview, so I don't want to miss. That's hit to center field by Mookie Betts. Robert is there. And Freddie Freeman's going to tag. Jeez, man. Even Freddie Freeman's tagging, man. Productive outs right there, man. Jeez, man. But look, I'm not trying to take it out of context. But if I just hear Bryce Harper and Mookie laugh about the Mets, it's the Mets, you know? Like, oh my God, man. That, if I'm in the Mets dugout, I can't just, like, if I'm on the Mets team, like, I get it. But to be in the Mets team and to just be like, you know, there's nothing we could do, I'm sorry, man. Here's Rojas. And he's going to get the run in because he hits it to right. Or Benj is there. Benj makes the throw home. Can there be a throw on the play? They got him. Double play. Let's go, man. Benj makes the catch. And Freddie Freeman was running home. A perfect throw by Carson Benj. And that is going to end the inning. And the Mets keep the game tied. Let's go, man. What a play by Benj right there. Omar Manaya's like, let's go, man. Harper 1-0. We own Philly. They know it. We can stink and still own them. 100%. What we did to them in 2024, enough said. Enough said. But, like, okay. Nicky the good. I know that the Mets team are bad. I know. But damn it, son. Like, where's the damn heart? Like, there's 60 plus games. You mean to tell me this team cannot just say, look, we're going to go out fighting, you know? Like, that's just what's inside of me. And I know that that could be bad, sometimes bad fandom or bad fake optimism, whatever you want to call it. But damn, there's just some things where I'm like, this team has players that are good players. Damn, man, show some damn fight, man. Manaya almost sold, bruh. And this is why we have hope. The future is bright. Just needs Stearns to unnerd and stay healthy, bruh. Stearns. He's horrible at pitching. He's horrible at pitching. Let's just say that. He hasn't been good. I'm from Philly, and we always beat the Phils. Go Mets. Hey. Look, the Phillies are a better organization than the Mets. Throughout the years, they're more consistent. But, you know, the Phillies haven't won a World Series for a while. They won one more recent than the Mets, though, and they've been to a World Series more recent. But the most recent time they played in the playoffs, 2024, the Mets weren't the favorite, and the Mets won that series. Roy is here. Roy says, I'm a Niners fan. So be it. All right. They can, but the problem is when Rayleigh, Minter, and the pen is gone, we won't be able to compete. Hire a GM. Yeah. It's tough. It's definitely tough. Still no trades. No trades yet. No trades. All right, look, let me ask this. I'm just throwing out fake optimism or you know, miracle scenarios. If the Mets, oh boy, Juan Soto's out of the game, folks. Juan Soto's out of the game right now. Polanco's batting for him. So Soto's battling a calf injury and a calf issue, let's say. Soto's out of the game. And you know that that's a bad sign if he's out. Okay, Met fans, just a scenario. If the Mets went 10-0 in this homestand, or they went 8-2, would you think that they should still sell? Just a question. I'm just asking. And I can't be mad at that. Sit him to 2027. I can't be mad at that. We cannot afford to lose him to a major injury. That's going to affect next year. Axe. What do you mean, Axe? Polanco takes a strike, which it was a ball, but the umpire's garbage in this game. I mean, he's doing a horrible job, this umpire. Horrible job the umpire's doing in this game. All right, Polanco hitting 165. 0-1 pitch. What are you swinging at, man? 0-2. What are we swinging at? Polanco? Jeez. Jeez, man. 0-2. Polanco, can he fight and the plate right now? Misses outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes right now. 1-2 is the count right now. Ah, boy. In the good and the bad, I'm a Mets fan. It's not easy. I'm going to be honest. It's not easy, but what can I say? Here's the 1-2 pitch to Polanco. Polanco's going to foul that ball away. 99 miles per hour. 99 miles per hour. But yeah, in the good and the bad, I'm a Mets fan. It is an absolute challenge, but what can I say? Here is the 1-2 pitch right now to Polanco. Strike 3. Polanco is doing the same thing he's done when he was injured. When he was injured, he did nothing for the Mets. Now, he's playing, he's still doing nothing. His contract is an absolute atrocious contract right now. Atrocious contract. I mean, my goodness. Man. First pitch to Bichette. Ball 1. Atrocious. Frank. Here's the 1-0 pitch right now. Misses. 2-0. Nicky, I appreciate the follow. And to think he's Alonso's replacement. Again, I had to read that again. I'm telling you, man. That is just an absolute joke, man. An absolute joke. 2-0 pitch. Bichette fouls it away. Like, Mark Vientos has been better than Polanco. If they could trade Polanco, I got to get rid of him. He gets $22 million per year per Achilles. Telling you, man, it's a shame. It's an absolute embarrassment. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Strike 2. When the Mets signed Polanco, I will be honest, I wasn't that mad. I wasn't mad at all, actually. But when I saw that he would be replacing Pete, I was very, very disappointed. I was very disappointed because 2-2 pitch. Bichette takes high, full count. Very, very disappointed to see Pete be gone. And we don't even have a damn first baseman. Jared Young has done an okay job, but he should be a backup. Let's just be honest. But he's done a solid job. I will give that. Full count. Here's the pitch. Bichette grounds it. It's going to just, almost went fair. It was going to go fair, and Sasaki was able to grab it before it went back fair. Reed says MLB is rigged. You telling me Brewers lose now, Dodgers? But what do you mean by that? If you're basing it on these games tonight, I mean, Brewers are not going to win every game. You know, you can't win every game. You're going to lose to bad. The good teams will lose to bad teams. Like if the Dodgers lose 2 out of 3 to the Mets, Mets are still not the better team, you know? Still not the better team. Sasaki's up to 82 pitches in the game. Here's the 3-2 pitch right now. Here it is. Bichette strikes out. They haven't announced what happened to Soto, but he's out of the game. I mean, I'm not sure what you're talking about, though. Is it because you bet on the Brewers and they lost? That's why you're upset? I would understand that. Nito's still around. Huh. What happened? Yeah, I think Lindor swings and misses, strike 1. I think Brewers win this year, my hot take. Look, I don't pick the Dodgers to three-peat. I would, if the Mets, of course, Mets not in the World Series, I would prefer to see the Brewers or the San Diego Padres. One of those teams I would like to see, even though the Padres are doing really bad this year. They may have to be sellers, the Padres, because they're under 500 right now. Here's Lindor, 0-1 pitch. Strike 2. It's a good pitch right there. 0-2, quickly down. What are you doing tomorrow? I'll be live streaming the 7 o'clock game for the Mets tomorrow. I plan to live stream that. And I'm not sure if I'll be able to do any other games tomorrow. 0-2. Strikes out. Strikes out the side. We're going to the 7th inning, folks. Tucker, Hernandez, and rushing. The Mets, it's been a pitcher's duel so far, folks. Let's see who's going to win this game, though. Let's see if the Mets can find a way. We got Jenny Rose is here. Lewis, Juan, Tobias, Percy, Verno, Jeffrey, Almir, Roy, Suzanne is here. Jackie. Manaya still pitching. Frank, I think he's done. I think they're going to bring in Brooks Raley. I think that's going to be it for Manaya. Genius Trader is here right now. Chris, Victor, Fidel, Hombre, Vertical is here. Nana, Barry is here. Benji, Jimmy Rodriguez is here. Let me take a quick look at the game to see if they're going to be bringing in Brooks Raley right now. As of right now, let's see. I should be finding out in a few moments if in the next moment if Manaya is going to be in the game or if he's going to be coming out. I think he's done. He gets 6 innings. What else do you want from him? Brewers play with a fire in their belly. Hey, look. They do. And last year they did as well, but the Dodgers were a tough team for them to beat, you know. Still no update. I think Brooks Raley's going to be coming into the game, though, folks. I do think. And look, folks, this is where we're at in the game. Dodgers have 1 run on 6 hits, no errors. Mets have 1 run on 3 hits, no errors as well. Brooks is coming in or no? Yeah, Brooks Raley's in the game right now. Brooks Raley is in the game right now. Let's see here. Brooks Raley. And let's see there. Let's see here real fast. So, yeah, folks, Brooks Raley, he is coming into pitch right now for the Mets. He's going to face Tucker, Hernandez, and rushing. Manaya only had 84 pitches as well. So, a really, really good job by him. Jay Nunez says, move Senga with Peralta to throw into the deal. 100% Jay Nunez. You got to get Senga up out of here. I don't even know when's the last time Senga pitched. Kurt is here. What's going on? Soto left with calf discomfort. Yeah, that's really bad news from Soto there. Really bad news. And he had 2 days off. He had the Wednesday that he didn't play. He had the Thursday off. And today he's playing. Ball 1 to Kyle Tucker. Let me see here. Yeah, Brooks Raley's in that. Let's go Dodgers from Yoshi Gamer. Jay Nunez, what up? That's going to be in front of the mound. Oh, no, not in front of the mound, but it's going to be a foul ball. Strike 1. Jay Nunez. Sinatra says, what's up? Keep Weaver. All right. The Brewers core is just too good. Huh. What up, Kurt? Kurt is here. Mets. Come on, Yoshi Gamer. Yoshi's too good of a name. I don't know if your Yoshi is from Mario, but Yoshi's too good of a name for you to say stuff like that. Come on now, Yoshi. Here's the 1-1 pitch right now. That's going to be fouled. Bichette, yeah, it's going to get out of play. Dodgers winning this. Look, Feeney, I got the Mets. I'm hoping that the Mets could win this. But 100% the Dodgers could definitely win this game. And they could beat the Mets in heartbreaking fashion. My football team, I am a New York Jets fan. So all of my teams in football, baseball, and basketball, I'm kind of in misery right now because all of my teams are struggling. All of them. So, you know, I'm trying to see better times as a sports fan. Trying to see better times as a sports fan. And, yeah. Tomorrow's game, Yoshinobu Yamamoto versus Nolan McLean. Should be a good one. Should be a good one. 2-2 pitch to Kyle Tucker. That's going to be popped up. Is that going to get out of play? Yep, that's going to get out of play again. 2-2. The Dodgers are 11 games up in the National League West. 11-game lead over the Diamondbacks, 15-game lead over the Padres. My goodness. Sinatra, I hope you're doing well. Jay Nunez to Sinatra. YouTube to TikTok. Here's Kyle Tucker right now. 2-2 pitch. Grounded. Foul again. He's putting together a good at-bat right now. He's definitely putting together a good at-bat. We got JK is here. Jay is here. Sanchez. Pete is here. Tricor Sports is here. We also got, let's see here. 2-2 pitch. Slap to third base. Bichette, backhand, makes the throw, but it's going to be an infield single. We got Big Prod is here. Us is here. Stewart Peters here. Tamara is also here. We also got Jared is here as well. Sinatra, Alex, Roy, Anchor, Ray. So yeah, look, Teoscar Hernandez is coming up. Dodgers have a leadoff single. Brooks Raley, here's the first pitch. Strike one. No balls and one strike. Yeah, McLean versus Yamamoto is definitely going to be a good one. Yup, Lubari is also here. We got Eliana Van is here as well. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Teoscar Hernandez. That's going to be a swing and a miss with a changeup. 0-2. Can he get this out right here? Can he get a much needed out here? 0-2 pitch. Here it is. Blooped. Tucker's going to go first to damn third. It's 2 damn soft hits for the Dodgers. And the Dodgers are in business right now. Oh, my goodness, man. This is baseball for you sometimes. Weak contact, but it just hit in the right place. Funny clips. Look, I got the Mets, but it's hard. I'm picking the Mets because I'm a Mets fan. But the Dodgers, they're the better team, you know. We got Chase McDuffie is here with the Canada flag. Shout out to you. I'm from the Bronx, New York, but I'm currently in Toronto, Canada. Baseball coach here. So always got to give a shout out to Canada. All right. Yeah. Dodgers are now threatening right now. Dodgers are threatening right now. Let's see if they're going to take the lead, where they're in a great position to take the lead right now. Here's the first pitch, showing bunt. Go home. Run it home. They got Tucker hung up. They're going to chase Tucker. He got him. He's out. All right. All right, look. They get the out. They get the out, but the runners were able to stay in the... They get the out at home. They tried to squeeze. They got the out, but letting Tucker stay in the rundown long enough allowed the runners from the second to go to third and second. So now it's third and second. So I'm glad they got the out, but, you know, not a good play. They needed to get the out running him to third base. They needed to do that. Yeah, and if you get caught in a safety squeeze, you got to 100%, you know, go on a rundown as long as you can. You think the Brewers can win it this year? I do think they can. I do think. Lubari says, just bring me my money, bruh. Let's see here. Christian Crow, I appreciate the follow. Christian Crow, always happy to meet new people, new friends, and great vibes. Feel free to say hi. What's going on, Christian Crow? Look, folks, and Christian Crow just sent a cake slice. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the cake and also the ice cream. 100%. It's amazing when you can meet new people. Bo, that's probably the fastest we've seen Bo run all year. But Alvarez, they needed to get that out at third base so that the runners could stay at first and second. Look, Ohtani's up. Personally, First pitch, fouled away. They're going to go after Ohtani. I would have honestly liked to walk Ohtani, but who's the second hitter? Pages? You know. Yeah. And Soto left again. Somebody put it earlier. Calf soreness. Soto calf soreness is not a good sign, you know. 0-1 pitch. Misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Look, if you walk Ohtani here, I don't think you should be mad. Be careful. But the thing is that the Dodgers are good bad ball hitters too. 1-1 pitch. Hit to center field. It's going to get the run in 100%. Robert is going to make the play. And both runners are advanced. So, look, the Dodgers lead this game right now 2-1. Sacrifice fly by Ohtani. That's why keeping the runners at first and second was massive, important, and they didn't execute the Mets. What can we get for Bichette from Toronto? I don't even know, but look, Toronto, would they trade for Bichette? I wouldn't be surprised. You got to watch the Women's World WBC. Pages fouls it away. Strike 1. These girls play basic hardball. Wow. But what's WBC though? What does it stand for? A Women's Baseball Corporation? Something like that. Ohtani makes me sad, bruh. 0-1. Misses low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now, this run right here, you cannot afford to give up this run right here. If you are the Mets, you cannot afford to give up this second run of the inning, making it 3-1. You got to keep it at 2-1 if you're the Mets right now. You got to. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's going to be hit the other way. Foul again. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We have Annabelle is here with the U.S. flag. Shout out to you. We also have Lily is here. Stanley. George. Funny Clips. Michael Cepeda is here. Roy. Leonardo. Archa. Jesus is here. Lubari. 1-2. Oof. That misses outside. Full count. It's a good pitch, but it missed. Christian Crow is here. Pedro. J.K. New York Mets fan, Tobias, Gemma, Kurt, Sinatra. World Baseball Classic for women. Wow, that's fire. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Full count. Dog, Ohtani is making so mad, dog, bruh. Michael Cepeda is here. Maddie is here. Roy. Jolly Time is also here. Right now, look, there's a big pitch in the game, folks. Massive pitch right now. 3-2. Foul back again. We're going to do it again at 3-2. This is a big, exactly. This is a big pitch. You cannot afford to give up this run here. 3-1 feels like 7-1. Keep it 2-1 to at least have a chance. But, you know, even 2-1, the Mets, let's see if they can do anything. Is that going to stay towards the right field line? And that's going to go foul. Again, we're going to do it at 3-2. At least Luis Robert Jr. trade value went up today. 100%, Michael. You got to trade Robert Jr. Look, if somebody would take Polanco, get him out of here. Polanco is like another Freddie Peralta for me. I'm done watching Polanco for right now. I'm very disappointed. You know, you got to trade him, you know. Give him another chance to play with a contender because... Come on. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3. Strike 3, but they're going to call a challenge, and it's going to be a walk. Pages challenges it, and the Dodgers, yeah. Dodgers win that challenge. Man, football can't start any sooner. The way I can stop watching this team. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I can't wait for football season to come as well. I want to watch football so badly. So badly. We got Janika is here right now. Let's see who else. We also got... Look, this is the game right here, folks. Tommy Edman, he has... Let's just say, especially in the 2024 NLCS, he did a lot of damage to the Mets in that. NLCS. He was the NLCS MVP. This is the game right here, folks. Quick pitch. Lindor fields it. Makes the throw. And is scooped by Jared Young. Side retired. So that's going to end the inning, folks. Sinatra, appreciate you sharing the live. Let's see. That's a nice scoop there by Jared Young. I'm telling you. Nice scoop. USA, Japan, Mexico, Canada, etc. and Communist Korea in it. Hong Kong too. Wow. I'm surprised I didn't hear about this. Jay Nunez, the WBC for women. I am stunned that I didn't hear this. Look, nonetheless, folks, the Dodgers do take a 2-1 lead. The Mets are still in this game, but they are going to have to, the bats are going to have to get going, and Sasaki has been absolutely dominant in the game, and you know, let's see. The Mets only have one run in this game, and that run is because of a home run from Luis Robert Jr. That's all. You know, so let's see. Look, the Phillies, they are threatening right now in the bottom of the 8th versus the Yankees. Yankees are leading 1-0. Phillies have bases loaded, 2 outs. Let's see if the Phillies can tie it up or get even in the game. Tie it up or take a lead. Cubs and Pirates are in extra innings, 10th inning. 1-1. Diamondbacks lead the Nationals 3-2. Yankees still lead 1-0. It's the game there probably. The Orioles lead the Braves 3-2. The Rays looking for their 60th win. They lead 6-1 over the Guardians. Dodgers here up 2-1. Marlins and Padres are tied 2 apiece. Red Sox are beating the Blue Jays 3-0. White Sox beating the Astros 3-0. Mariners and Rangers are tied. Athletics, Twins scoreless. Reds and Cardinals scoreless. The Royals lose. The Tigers beat the Royals 2-1. The Rockies beat the Brewers 5-2. And the Angels and Giants haven't played yet. The Dodgers, I think I'm seeing they've made the playoffs 12 years in a row, 13 years in a row. Geez, can I ever see the Mets do that? You know, Carson Bench right now. Here's the pitch from Sasaki right now to Bench. Ball 1. Sinatra said, Emmanuel Mercado. Sí, lesionó Soto. Solo está fuera del juego, Emmanuel. Tenía un dolor. They getting me more excited by the day, and the Mets get worse by the day. Well, look, Michael Cepeda, I will say this. The Mets played the Brewers and the Phillies pretty good. They weren't great, but they played them pretty good. They're playing the Dodgers good now, so I can't say the Mets are getting worse. Bench, oh my goodness. Bench is looking bad versus Sasaki. Just long as we don't finish last from Roy. And Sinatra, I love the prediction, man. I hope we could see a 3-2 win. I hope. Canada beat Mexico 10-2. 1-2. Ben strikes out again. Yo, this team cannot hit Sasaki. Sasaki is just dominant, you know? He's dominant right now. He's dominating the Mets. And of course, it gotta be the Mets. Gotta be the Mets, of course. Because Sasaki, let me do a quick check, and the Phillies don't score. Yankees still lead 1-0. Let me check Sasaki. Sasaki in his last starts. I'm going to tell you in a moment. Robert Jr. swings at the first pitch, grounds it. 2 outs. 2 quick outs. And now Sasaki may come out for the 8th if these guys can't put bats together. Look, Sasaki last week versus the Yankees, 5 2/3 innings. Good outing. He only gave up 1 run. It was unearned. Start before that, he went 6 innings versus the Rockies. He got the win. The Dodgers won. The start before that wasn't a good start. 3 innings versus the Padres. He gave up 6 runs. Ball 1 to Jared Young. The start before that wasn't good. Look, his 2 most recent starts for Sasaki have been pretty good. You know, they've been pretty good. But, hey, Sinatra, I like the prediction, man. I hope we can see that. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Foul back. 1-1. If this inning finishes within the next 2 or 3 pitches, I think Sasaki will come out for the 8th. The Mets now have the 7-hitter. They got 8, 9, and 1 next inning. And then 2, 3, 4 in the ninth if nothing changes. 1-1. Jared Young weakly hits it to the second baseman. 1, 2, 3 inning, folks. We're going to the 8th. And of course, Sasaki goes one of his career-long outings against the Mets. Of course. It's 2-1 right now, folks. Mets are still in this game. Let's see. On YouTube, we have Freddie Reyes. On Facebook, shout out to Freddie Reyes for being there. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate all the people that we have on YouTube, Facebook. I appreciate every single one of you for being a part of the live streams. 100%. We got to give a shout out to every single one of you. 100%. We got to give those shout outs. But yeah, I'm telling you, let's see, folks, if they can be able to. Let's see what they could do now, folks. See if the Mets can hold them and get some runs, because they just can't score off Sasaki right now. And I think the 8th inning is going to be Luke Weaver. I think Luke Weaver is going to be coming out for the 8th inning for the Mets to pitch it. No, AJ Minter's coming out, actually. AJ Minter. So AJ Minter's coming out, number 33. AJ Minter's going to be coming out. Let me see there to fix that up. How about Sasaki? My goodness. AJ Minter's coming in for the Mets right now. Let's see. Let's see, folks, if the Mets can keep it close. The Mets, when's the last time they got a hit? I think the last time they got a hit was maybe the 5th inning. And I think that was a single by Jared Young. It was probably the 5th or 4th inning. They haven't had nothing since. So, they're going to have to step up, man. To cover up the Mets stench, I got a trade idea for you. Mets get Kevin Alcantara, Jackson Wiggins, and a low prospect. Where are they coming from, Michael Cepeda? Which team are they coming from? And who they giving up? Cubs get Freddie Peralta, Brooks Raley, and Nick Morabito. Why do you think they should include Morabito in the deal, though? Is it because of you can't hold on to prospects and how crowded it could be? What do you think about that? First pitch to Freddie Freeman. Base hit. AJ Minter's brought into the game to get this out, and he can't. Sinatra is a positive thinker. Hey, Jay Nunez, 100%. Look, you know what's frustrating me? The Dodgers are playing pepper. In other words, they're not trying to do too much. They're playing small ball. They're not trying to do too much. Hitting off the end of the bat, just taking it the other way. And the Mets, they just can't do that. This is the Dodgers' 7th leadoff hit for the 7th time in the 8 innings. 7 leadoff hits in 7 out of the 8 innings. That's fouled away by Mookie Betts. Dodgers always find a way to just win, I'm telling you. Alcantara is a young outfielder who can help Ewing get some start at second base, and you can DH. Jackson Wiggins is a Cub number 3 prospect and has the stuff to be a dog. All right, 0-1. Freeman stealing the base. Are you kidding me, man? What are we doing here? Freddie Freeman stealing the base? What are we doing here, man? You gotta be kidding me, man. What a joke, man. What a damn joke, man. Oh, my goodness, man. Mets are challenging this, but to no damn avail. How the hell you let Freddie Freeman steal a base, man? Oh, my goodness, man. That is horrible right there. My goodness. Shout out to user. It's not showing me a screen name, but user 215. I appreciate you for sending a rose. Appreciate you. Be safe, man. You let Freddie Freeman steal a base, man. What a joke, man. Bro, I've been super busy at work. what even going on anymore. Guess we're losing Jarrett. All we gotta know is that the Dodgers are playing Pepper. They're doing all the little things, and they just keep getting these soft contact hits where the Mets just can't hit Sasaki. He has, I think, his career high in swing and misses. Seems fair to me. Cubs get bullpen help, and maybe Freddie can find himself in Chicago. Hey, Michael, it's a risk that the Cubs may take. It's a risk that the Cubs may have to take. This play is still under review, but he's safe, man. Let's see if they change the call. I don't see it, though. But the fact that Freddie Freeman steals second base, that is an absolute joke, man. That's what you call catching. You get caught sleeping. Damn, man. This play's taking forever to be reviewed. A well-managed and coached team, the Dodgers. I'm telling you, Jay Nunez. Jeez, man. How you let Freddie Freeman steal second base? Let's find out if he indeed stole it. But I think that they're not going to... I don't think you can overturn this. I think he stole the base. My goodness, man. Let's see. 20th three-hit game against the Mets, Freddie Freeman. Runner safe, duh. What a joke, man. What a joke, man. That is an absolute joke right there. You let Freddie Freeman steal second base. Come on, man. That is absolutely embarrassing right there. Embarrassing. Dave Roberts coaching circles around the Mets with that. Now base hit, 3-1. It's 1-1 actually. Betts pops it up. Jared Young almost dropped it, but they're saying that Simeon should have called him off. It's an out nonetheless, man. My goodness, man. All I can do is laugh. This is a run prevention. All I can cheer is these trade pieces to do good. Freddie Freeman steals second base, and Miguel Rojas is up, the ultimate veteran. Swings at the first pitch, foul. My goodness, man. That made me very angry. Even if the run doesn't score, it's just, what are we doing? Freddie Freeman? What are we doing? Come on, man. 0-1 pitch. In the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. My goodness, that right there is an absolute joke right there. Dodgers, 23 times this season, they've had a starter go 7 innings. Most in the majors. 1-1 pitch. Broken bat, pop up. Lindor's there. 2 outs. Look, if they can find a way to get out of it, I'm happy. But it doesn't change the fact Freddie Freeman, that's like an out. They're just saying, here, take it. Come on, man. I was arguing with my dad about this all-time Met just with the Mets. Would you rather have Francisco Lindor or Jose Reyes as the Mets' all-time shortstop? Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I got to go with Jose Reyes. I got to. And the reason why, I'm going to tell you. First pitch to Tucker's, ball 1. The reason why I'm going to go with Jose Reyes, look, Lindor, he's been a phenomenal player when he's on. But for Lindor, when he's bad, he's really bad. Like, no, sorry. Lindor's never bad. Lindor's either terrible, good, or great. 1-0. Strike 1. He's never in the middle where he's in a slump, but, you know, he can get out of it. So, I think Reyes, especially with his speed and being an average hitter, I like Reyes, you know? I like Reyes. I got to go with Jose Reyes with that. I got to. His electricity, I mean, 1-1 pitch. Maybe a 2-run home run. Oh, boy. AJ Minter's trade value's going down. Oh, my gosh, man. Oh, boy. Well, folks, this game's over. Mets are not coming back and winning this game. I'm sorry. I gotta be honest, man. I gotta be honest. This game's over. Mets are not coming back. I'm gonna finish the game. I'm not gonna turn the game off. But Mets are not coming back and winning this game. Freaking AJ Minter. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. You brought in to get lefties out. You face 2 lefties, you don't get neither of them out. You face 2 righties, you get them both out. I mean, just make it make sense. Come on, Minter. What? You let Freddie Freeman steal second base. Oh my gosh, man. What a joke, man. Strike 1, man. That's popped up to right field. End of the inning. Oh, wait. Let's see if he catches it. It's end of the inning. Damn, son. It's not about it's not about always losing. It's how you lose. It's how you lose. And losing like this is just so ugly, man. You let Freddie Freeman steal second base. Come on. What are we doing? Jeez, man. Can't even say that Lindor has good defense after seeing this season. Yeah, he's been horrible. Look, Free Bread Man from, oh my gosh, Freddie though. What a damn joke, man. You let Freddie Freeman steal second base. I'm going to say I would understand third base a little bit more, maybe. But you let this guy steal second base, man. That is an absolute joke, man. What a joke. That right there just made me very, very angry. Very, very angry because that for me is just like the Dodgers saying, smacking, we do whatever we want with you guys. That's what I see when the Dodgers do that and the Mets let it happen. That's the Dodgers saying, smack, smack, smack. That's the Dodgers Dave Chappelle skit. What did the 5 fingers say to the face? Or whatever. Smack. That's what I see then. That makes me angry with the Mets, man. Jeez, man. I don't want the Mets to get a Dames. If he's struggling in San Francisco, imagine coming to the Mets. My goodness, man. What a joke, man. What a joke. Hey, Lubari, you muted, my guy. You muted. You lose privilege after that. Shut up. Come on now. Come on now. Oh, my gosh, man. What a joke, man. Just throw him to keep the first, Strike 1 to Marcus Semien. TCK, it was a disaster. You let Freddie Freeman steal second damn base, man. Ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike right now to Semien. Evan Phillips, his ERA is 5.40. His ERA is going to be 1 or 0.9 pitching against the Mets. Let's see. Here's the pitch to Semien. 2 balls, 1 strike. My goodness, man. You let I don't know how I'm going to let that go. You let Freddie Freeman steal second base. Wow. 2-1 pitch. Semien hits it well to right field, but Tucker's there. 1 out. My gosh, man. How many more months of the season? Look, season ends. September is the last season. The ending of the September is the last month. The ending of the month. So if you say this last week of July, August, September, that's it. You can't let that go. I can't, Jolly Time. I just can't. I'm pissed off by that. I'm pissed off by that. Strike one to Alvarez. The Mets, when they play a pitcher that has an ERA 5+, they make him look like a Cy Young. Gavin, appreciate the comment and you sharing the live, 100%. Jay Nunez, yeah, Minter, you got to get him out of here. But he ain't helping his value, man. He's not helping his value. He's not helping his value. That's like getting dunked on by Spud Webb. Huh. I can't either. Find the ways to lose. TCK, I'm telling you. Like, the Dodgers, like, just the fact that the Dodgers tried to steal with Freddie Freeman, that is just a smack to the face. I'm telling you, man. Like, that's the Dodgers just smacking the Mets in the face, man. Damn, son. I don't believe that. I cannot believe Freddie Freeman stole second base. Let me check how many stolen base he has on the year. I have to check now. Maybe he has a lot, which I know he don't. Alvarez fouls it off of the catcher. Strike two. Freddie Freeman, this year, 2026. 4 stolen bases. Stop, Sammy, the Dodgers are a pain in the butt to the Mets. Jay Nunez, look. I was good all game long, but Freddie Freeman stealing second base, come on, man. Come on. That right there is just a smack, spitting at them. 1-2. That is just a smack to the face. Yeah, TCK. Oh, my God, man. The Yankees win. Dodgers 3-peat. Lockout next season. Dodgers aren't 3-peating. 1-2. Alvarez hit himself a home run right now. Can't even get hype over it. Home run for Alvarez. I can't even get hype for the home run right now. I can't even get hype for a home run. What am I going to get hype for? Alvarez hit a no-doubter. As soon as it was hit, I knew it was gone. Mets are down 2-4 now. How serious is Juan Soto's injury? Look, he had Wednesday and Thursday off. And he hasn't played outfield. The fact that he had 2 days off and they still had to take him out of the game, that's kind of bad. I'm going to be honest with you. So, you know, I think they may have to just stop putting Soto in and, you know, it is what it is. I mean, what else can you say? You know, why are you going to put him in? At that point, for what? You know? Shout out to Avia 7677, Michael Jolly Time. Here's AJ Ewing. He takes a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Prince is here. New York Mets fan. Amrit is here. Lubari is here, but I had to mute you, Lubari. Come on now. Kurt is here. Funny Clips. Tobias, Kevin, JK, Christian Crow is here. At this point, just let him sit and get healthy. This season is long over. Yeah, I mean, here's the 0-1 pitch. AJ Ewing swings at a pitch that he's anxious. Really high 0-2. I agree. You could throw him out at second. Jay Nunez, I mean, I'm going to look on TikTok to see if I find the steal 0-2 fouled away. I'm going to look on TikTok to see if I can find that clip of Freddie Freeman stealing second base, and I am going to post that clip because that is just ridiculous. Live in Atlanta, so you know how I feel. TCK, damn. That right there, look. Challenge that. Good challenge there. Yo, this umpire is garbage, man. This umpire has been horrible in this game. My goodness, man. Jeez, man. The Mets win the challenge. My bad as well, folks. Sasaki's not in this game anymore. My bad. Sasaki's not pitching anymore. I didn't change it on top. But Atlanta, look, the Mets have been playing okay against the Braves. But I know how tough it is. Braves fans hate Met fans. Braves tormented my childhood. 1-2. Takes high. 2-2. Alvy home run. Yup. If he's not healthy or something is wrong with him, why is he playing? What are we doing? Yeah, I agree, Michael Cepeda. Look, Soto, I think he's the one that's trying to force it, you know? 2-2 pitch. Full count. This is what AJ Ewing has to take. What he has to do. He has to have these good at bats. Can he get on base right now? Look, Tanner Scott is he's in the bullpen. Popped up. Damn, AJ Ewing. He just keeps hitting the ball in the air, man. Jeez, man. Stop hitting the ball in the air, AJ Ewing. All game long. He had a hanger right there. 2 outs, though. I don't know why I had 2 outs there, honestly. Now it's 2 outs. It's 2 outs. I don't know why I had 2 outs before. Now it's 2 outs in the inning. So Polanco's up right now. Let's see if he could do anything, because hitting like 150, Polanco. Soto again left the game. Polanco's pinch hitting for Soto. Soto left the game with calf issue. Strike 1 to Polanco. Soto is forcing himself to play from Jay Nunez. It makes me think, why did Soto play in the All-Star game? Why? That makes me angry. When a Mets player goes to the All-Star game, fouled away quickly, down 0-2. When a Mets player goes to the All-Star game, folks, I'm going to be honest with you. If the team is doing bad, it means absolutely nothing to me. I don't have a joy like, yeah, they're going to the All-Star game. I'm so happy. I don't care. I don't give a damn because the team's doing bad. What am I care about that for? 0-2. Misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. My goodness. Cionel Perez is in the bullpen. He is gonna probably be coming in next, unless the Mets make magic happen this inning. 1-2, full count. 2-2 count. He takes a ball there. My goodness, you all have no idea how frustrated I am to see things like that, man. 2-2, full count. Y también yo tengo que hablar un poquito de español. Muchas gracias. Si tú estás aquí, tú hablas español, muchas gracias por llegando. Mi nombre es Sammy, mi familia es de Puerto Rico, yo soy de Nueva York. Muchas gracias por llegando aquí y para su apoyo. 3-2 pitch. Polanco early. Fouls it away. 3-2. We're going to do it again. Yeah, so. Boy. TCK, how long you been a Mets fan? How long have you been a Mets fan? Let us know. I've been a Mets fan since 1998. Mike Piazza is the reason I'm a Mets fan. Here's the 3-2 pitch. I don't even have to tell you what happened. You know Polanco struck out. You know. Don't even have to say what happened to Polanco. He struck out. I mean, look, the Mets aren't going to do it, but oh my goodness. This guy has got to go, Polanco. Polanco and Freddie Peralta, those two, I am extremely tired of watching the two of them play baseball. All jokes aside. I'm sick of it. The two of them play baseball. I am extremely just tired of watching the two of them play baseball. Very, very tired. What are Polanco's numbers this year? In 85 at-bats, 4 runs scored, 14 hits. 14 hits is good enough for an average of 165. After this game, that average is probably 150. He has 2 doubles, 3 no triples, 1 home run, 4 RBIs, 6 walks, and struck out 18 times. He has more strikeouts than he has hits. Yeah, Jay Nunez, and he's not hitting line drives. He keeps getting under the ball right now, AJ Ewing. Polanco, 85 at-bats, not including the ones from today. He struck out 18 times. More strikeouts than hits in a season. That is just ridiculous. Ridiculous. He's a career 261 hitter. Career 261 hitter. And of course, he comes to the Mets and he's hitting 160 or 150. The only reason I'm here, Sam, is because you are savvy and entertaining as a game caller. Hey, Jay Nunez, I appreciate you for being here. Been following since 71. Strawberry, the reason I'm a Mets fan, you should be. Hey, Strawberry, I didn't get a chance to watch him as a child. I wasn't born, but hey, it was amazing. And yeah, Mike Piazza, Jolly Time, Minter's fault, Ivan. Minter's brought in to get lefties out. He faces Freddie Freeman, base hit. He faces Tucker, 2-run home run. And he lets Freddie Freeman steal second damn base. And folks, I'm going to say this that I didn't get a chance to say. And there's proof of it tonight. There's a lot of Dodger fans in Citi Field, and they're cheering. You can hear the noise when they do good. Foul ball. Look, lead MLB in road attendance each of the last 3 seasons. When the Boston Red Sox were in New York, that pissed me off. Pissed me off because it was 2-0. And when they put that rally together, that's flied out. That's going to be a pop-up. Benj is there, 1 out. When the Red Sox made that damn comeback, you know how loud it was when they came back in Citi Field? That is another thing that just, oh, man. Shout out to Christian Crow for sending the pop and also the freestyle. We still got Coelho is here. Ivan. Otani's up right now. Here's the first pitch to him. Strike 1. Swing and a miss. New York Mets fan is here. User, Tobias, Michael Cepeda, Roy, Jolly, Kevin, Kurt, TCK, Funny Clips, Prince, JK, Amrit, Fidel, Christian Crow, Mrs. Low 1-1. Look, when we go to the half break of the inning, I'm going to tell you all what Mets players I think 100% need to be gone at the deadline. 100%. Now, I don't know if they're going to be able to trade all of them. Fouled away. I don't know if they're going to be able to trade all of them, but geez, man. Jeez, I'm telling you. Keith Hernandez got his gold baseball card with a signature. That's big stuff. That's fire. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Otani. Here it is. Strike 3. 2 outs. You know what makes me angry about this season as well? This is Howie Rose's final season as a Mets broadcaster for the radio. And look how they're making him go out with an absolute disaster. Absolute disaster of a season. Emmanuel, ellos está jugando malo. No está jugando bien. Huh. Here's Pajes up right now. First pitch. He's going to hit that ball well. Benj. He's not going to get that. He loses his glove. It's going to be a triple. How do you lose your glove, Carson Benj? Even though, look, I'm not going to be mad at Carson Benj like that. But how do you extend your glove and lose your glove? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. It's a triple, folks. Dodgers are looking for that run back. They are looking for that run right back. Here's Edman. Ball 1. 100% after this inning, I gotta do the pitchers, the players that need to go. Devon, Christian, I appreciate you sending the finger hearts. You sending a lot of love. The DJ, appreciate you, Christian. In the dirt, 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the 2-0 pitch coming up to Tommy Edman. He destroyed the Mets in the 2024 NLCS. Christian Crow, hey, I appreciate you. 100% I appreciate you. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hey, Christian Crow. Who else? Roy. TCK. Look, I want to ask you guys for help. I have also a YouTube page. I'm on the journey to 1,000 subs. Swing and a miss, 2-2. I'm on the journey to 1,000 subs. I want to ask you, look, check out my YouTube at Higher Expectation Sports. I asked you for you to subscribe there. I'm getting close to 1K. I'm trying to get to 1K before July finishes. Jay Nunez says, what are we doing in front of our fans? The Mets fans, I get it that they're being down because of how bad the Mets, but the Mets just have no home field advantage this year. 2-2 pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Misses just outside. Misses just outside. Hey, Christian Crow, I appreciate you. 100% I appreciate you. 100% I appreciate you. Let's see if he can get out of this inning. 3-2 pitch. Here it is. Strike 3. So, nice pitch there. And we are out of the inning right now. Nice pitch right there. We're done with the inning right now. Let's see, folks. Can the Mets put together a late inning rally? They are going to have now Bichette, the 3-hitter, Lindor, the 4-hitter, and if I'm not mistaken, is it Benj? They're going to have the best part of the lineup to make. Look, before the inning comes back, what players do I think need to be gone? Look, I don't want to say Brazaban needs to be gone, but if you can get something for him, I would do it. Manaea was okay today. I'm not even going to talk about him. AJ Minter, he got to be gone. Freddie Peralta, 100%. He's got to be gone. Brooks Raley, got to let him go. Kodai Senga, if you could get rid of him. Look, Luke Weaver, I wouldn't be mad if the Mets kept Luke Weaver. But at the same time, if you can get somebody for him, man, do it. Do it. You got to do it. You got to. Brett Beatty, maybe would you find a trade? A part of me thought now, thinking about Bo Bichette, would the Blue Jays want Bo Bichette back? Look, I'm going to be honest with you. They need offense. I would not be surprised if the Blue Jays contacted the Mets saying, we like a trade. Do you like Thornton? Yup, Jay Nunez, he's looking good. Robert Jr., he's got to be gone. And look, I don't know if the Mets will get any offer. Polanco, if they can get this guy out of there, I'm getting rid of Polanco. I am 100% getting rid of Polanco. It is not even close. He's gone. He 100%, he's gone. There's no chance that I'm bringing back Polanco. No chance at all. No chance at all that I am going to be bringing back, Polanco. It's just not going to happen, folks. It's just not going to happen. No way I'm bringing back Polanco. No chance at all. No chance. Look, this is it, folks. Bo Bichette is up now. Here's the first pitch to him. It's going to be a strike from Tanner Scott. He's right now as the closer for the team. Lindor, go ahead and count that as an out. Bruh, I've never seen you get this mad about this team. Tay Suave, I was pissed off because you let Freddie Freeman steal second base. That's unacceptable. 1-0-1. Bichette takes low. Look, Bo Bichette, get on base. That's all the team needs you to do. Find a way. If the pitches are not there, take the walk. If it's there, we don't need a home run. Of course, it's nice. We need you on base. Here's the 1-1 pitch right now. Bo Bichette swinging at a pitch 3 feet above the strike zone. 3 feet above the strike zone. Phillies, Mets are terrible. Star Wars, you're starting to be frustrated with the Phillies, I see. Here's the 1-2. Should be 3-1. That pitch wasn't even close. Should be 3-1, but it's 2-2. Let's see if Bichette can find a way to get on base, because that's what the Mets need right now. They need a base runner at the moment. Here is the 2-2. Bichette fouls it away. We're going to do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 balls and 2 strikes again. We're going to do it there. Let us see here. Look, on YouTube, we actually lost. I actually lost 1 subscriber. So we're down to 855 now, though. It's all right. We got to keep going. Yeah, I was pissed off with that. And Bichette, did he foul tip? Boy, man. Swinging that freaking garbage, man. You did not swing at 1 strike in the at-bat. You swung at nothing but balls. That's just unacceptable, man. Look, if the Blue Jays called the Mets and said, what could you get for Bichette? I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not guaranteeing I will be a little tempted about trading Bichette right now as well. Because, oh my gosh, man. Ball 1 to Lindor, but it's a strike. It's a ball, but the umpire calls it a strike above the zone. And Lindor, the Mets have 2 challenges. He ain't going to challenge it. Oh my gosh, man. Gavin, Bichette swung at 3 pitches and none of them were strikes. That's what happened with Bichette. You need a runner on base. He can't even get on damn base swinging at garbage. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Lindor, he went strike 2. Jesus, man. It's Bo Bichette, man. Jeez, man. That just really angered me, folks. I'm going to be honest with you. That really angered me, man. Here's the pitch to Lindor. Takes it low. I cannot believe that this team is just chasing all this nonsense. Phillies have a great team, brother. They don't hit like it, huh? Phillies are going to be active at the deadline. They got the pitching, though. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Lindor takes high, 2-2. My goodness. Lindor right now, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here it is. Full count. They will be there in the end. You have hitters at least. Yeah, look, the Phillies, they'll be fine, I believe. Jolly Time does not like the Phillies. Full count. Let's see if Lindor could take a pitch if it's not there. No, he fouls it off. I'm going to do it again at 3-2. That was a pitch you got to swing at. That's close enough where, I can't be mad at that pitch. It's close enough where you got to swing at that. Star Wars, but they face Cam Schlittler. Cam Schlittler is a good pitcher. Let me see here real fast. Man, this Resident Evil movie is coming out soon. I'm pretty excited to watch that Resident Evil movie. I'm going to be honest with you all. Pretty excited to see that Resident Evil movie. It's a big pitch. I'm going to read the comments just after this, folks. 3-2 pitch. Let's see if Lindor, what he can do here. Full count. Pulls it foul. Going to do it again. TCK says, sad thing, the president was down here the other day clowning on the Mets before the Braves fans. Unbelievable. It's always sometimes impossible going up against the bankroll. Just, you don't take it so hard. 3-2. Lindor hits it high, but that's going to be the second out of the inning. Mets are down to their final out. Christian Crow, look, I know that the Mets season is pretty much over. It's just the way you lose is very frustrating, you know? Like the Dodgers smack the Mets around. When you send Freddie Freeman to steal, that is just a smack in the face to me. And the Mets let that happen. Carson Bench, here it is. Ball one. What I say, Lindor and automatic out, bruh. I live in Philly here. Go Sixers, though, bruh. Oh, my gosh. Here's the 1-0 pitch right now. Bench hits it well to center. Game's over. Look, the Dodgers take game 1 of this series. Let me put that there. This game is over. And look, the Mets lose. Mets lose the game. Game's over, folks. Look, I've said this many times. It's not always about losing, it's how you lose. And I'm going to go straight to the 8th inning. I'm going to go straight to the 8th inning of this game. Because that's where my frustration heavily increased in this game. The 8th inning, AJ Minter comes into this game. He is brought in to get lefties out. He gets the out. No, excuse me. He faces Freddie Freeman. First pitch, ex-teammates, gives up a damn base hit. All right. I digress. But I'm not going to digress for this. You allow the combination of AJ Minter and Francisco Alvarez. You allow Freddie Freeman to steal second base. He has 4 steals on the season. That is an absolute embarrassment. For me, that is the Dodgers smacking the Mets, laughing at the Mets, joking on the Mets. Mookie Betts and Bryce Harper said it's the Mets. And the Mets, AJ Minter and Francisco Alvarez, you let Freddie Freeman steal second base. That is an absolute joke. That's why I'm angry about this loss. Because that's pretty much Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman, who got thrown out in the game earlier, by the way. That's Freddie Freeman just saying, oh, let me try. Let's see what I could do. And the Mets saying, don't worry. We're not that. The Mets saying, we're not that guys, pal. We're not that guys. You could take the base. Are you kidding me? AJ Minter then he's in there to get lefty outs. He gets 2 righties after the Freddie Freeman hit. 2 outs. Oh, but Kyle Tucker hitting 230 on the year. 2-run home run. What a damn joke. The Mets are 18 games, a season worst under 500. I'm so angry about the game just because of that moment. It's not even that the Mets lost. It's not even that they're 18 games under 500. It's that you allowed Freddie Freeman to steal second base. That is an absolute joke, man. The Mets took an early lead in this game. 1-0, Luis Robert Jr. home run. But they made Sasaki look dominant. He had his highest career swing and misses. He went 7 innings. He was dominant. He only gave up that one home run, that 1 run. Manaea was good. Manaea 6 innings, 1 run. But Brooks Raley comes in the 7th and he gives up a run. Dodgers took the lead 2-1 and they never looked back. As in the 8th, Minter gave up 2 more runs. The lefties are in the game to get lefties out, and they got beat by lefties. The Dodgers played small ball on pop-ups, runner, no outs, runner at second base. Pop out to the outfield, they're tagging, they're getting to third base. Make the productive out, move the runner over, and the Mets don't do that. Unbelievable. Trying to hit home runs, don't know how to swing, don't have a damn approach. Is just stupid. And it's like, what kind of coaching are we seeing? Oh, don't get me started about Polanco hitting 150. Soto, the bad news, Soto's out of the game. Calf issue. He had 2 full days off and still had to be removed from the game. So there's a problem with Soto being injured to the point where why even play him? Why even play Soto? Alvarez hits a whatever home run in the 8th inning, 2-4. Okay, I don't even care. I wasn't even hype over it. But in the 9th inning, Tanner Scott, and the Mets were garbage all game long, honestly. The Mets swung at garbage all game long. All game long. And the 9th inning, it continued. Bo Bichette, he swung at 3 or 4 garbage pitches. Strikeout. Lindor, he swung at a few garbage pitches, but he lines out or he pops out. Carson Bench, first or second pitch swinging. Game's over, man. Mets lose. So I'm upset about those two things. You let Freddie Freeman steal second damn base like the Dodgers. Smack. What did the 5 fingers say to his face? Smack. Embarrassing you. Coaching circles around you. Showing that you're not ready, that you're sleeping. Exposing you. Freddie Freeman stealing second base. And then Bo Bichette. All you need to do is just get on base. And Tanner Scott is telling you, hey, look, I ain't going to throw no strikes. I'm going to just throw you pitches above the zone. Bo Bichette, or balls. Bichette swings at a pitch 3 or 4 feet above the zone. I'm not mad that the Mets lost the game. At this point, look, 18 games under 500. What are we even expecting from the team? Even though I say that in the good and the bad, I'm going to be a Mets fan. But what I will say is this. Folks. When you lose games like this, when Mookie Betts and Bryce Harper laugh at you and say it's the Mets, and when the coaching is as egregious as it is, it's like they're sleeping, the coaches. It's like, I don't know. And I'm a coach, and I could talk about myself because I've had moments as a coach where I've made mistakes. But I'm not a professional. I'm not getting paid millions to do this job. It's not my life in every aspect. And what they are doing, Todd Zeal on the post-game report, they're showing something right now where the Mets prove even more how dumb of an organization they are right now. Dumb of an organization. The Dodgers had runners at first and third, no outs. They tried a safety squeeze. I believe this is in the 7th inning. Brooks Raley got the ball, ran home. Kyle Tucker is going to be caught. They throw it to Alvarez. Alvarez stupidly throws the ball early with so much space in front of Bo Bichette and Tucker. And what does Kyle Tucker do? Of course, he's not going to just give the out away. He turns around and he runs the opposite way, going back towards home. Bichette has to chase after him because now you can't let him score. But guess what? It could have been if they would have forced Tucker to third and got the out there at third base. Runners at first and second, and you have a chance for a double play or to get out of it. Nope. Tucker gets into a rundown long, goes back towards home. Second and third. Ohtani, sac fly. Mets are now trailing 2-1. This is the stupidity we're seeing from the team. This is the garbage we're seeing from the team. And it's not about losing, folks. It's not about always losing. It's how you lose. And the Mets look hot garbage. After me just complimenting them a little bit that they played a series against the Phillies and Brewers and they went 3-3. They come home. When's the last time the Mets won a game at home? Was it against the Royals? When's the last time the Mets won a home game? And it's just It is just absolutely embarrassing. And I'm very disappointed with this garbage. There was a post on social media. The Mets are offering $10 vouchers to home games. Who cares? Refund the fans for this garbage that we're watching. My goodness. This is my reaction. This is how I feel about this game. I was calm about this game. Even after that 7th inning, I was calm. But when you let Freddie Freeman steal second base in a clutch moment, oh boy. I'm pissed off about that. And that's what I have to say about this. Mets play tomorrow against the Dodgers. Nolan McLean versus Yamamoto. What are we saying, man? Fans need to start booing, huh? Fans, they have the life sucked out of them. They just have to start tanking. Saw that too. Made me mad when I heard that. But they keep doing it to themselves. Sounds like Soto's gonna get shut down here. Probably. We should have won today. What moves would you make after this season? Look, in baseball, I get the coaching staff. It's not good to have people hired 1 year and just fire them. The Dodgers won, Brandon. I think the Mets don't have any pride. Look, what I'm seeing from this coaching staff, of course, now the Mets are going to look for a manager. I think this whole coaching staff has to be gone. And you need to get some damn players that care, man. Because, like, look, I think Bichette is a good player. But the Mets brought Bichette here to be the third best player. Right now, Bichette, he's not even doing as good as A.J. Ewing and Carson Bench, 2 rookies. Could he be better next year? Maybe. But if a team offered me something for Bo Bichette and they take the contract, I would probably trade Bo Bichette. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I'm bringing him back because some of his at-bats, it's just garbage, man. I heard that this guy was a dog, that this guy battled, and some of his at-bats are just so bad that why would I want him back? Why? Polanco. There's so many people that I don't want them on this team because I get everybody has bad seasons, but damn, some of this is just really bad, man. You mean to tell me a team with a $380 payroll? Now they let go of Pete Alonso. But you mean to tell me a team with a roster? I know that people have been injured. Juan Soto, Bo Bichette, Francisco Lindor, Robert Jr. I know they've been injured. Freddie Peralta, Nolan McLean. You mean to tell me this team is 18 games under 500? 18 games under 500. And let me even update the record there on the scoreboard, on the box score. Sorry. You mean to tell me they are this bad of a team? I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be biased. This just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense that they're this bad. It doesn't make no sense. I'm telling you. Look, folks. That's all I got today, folks. I got baseball coaching for myself tomorrow. I'm coaching tomorrow. Will I be back tomorrow for the Mets and Dodgers? I want to, but geez, this made me angry. Folks, thank you all for the support. Let me read the last comments. Astros are running right now. Okay, we all know you mean well, Sammy, but you're thinking like a coach with the Mets. Jay Nunez. Maybe we can get both. Join our team, bruh. Unbelievable TCK. Look, folks, I appreciate you all. Look, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch, on TikTok, I asked all of you like, share, subscribe, especially on YouTube. We are on the journey to 1K, and we're trying to make it there, and I need all of your help. So thank you all for the support. I'm going to be off this If you need anything, send me a message, send me a DM. If you know anybody interested in sponsoring channels like this, I'm looking for sponsors. Send me a DM. 100% we can talk more. Thank you all so much for the support. Have a good one, everybody. Take care. Even though they make me angry, in the good and the bad, let's go Mets, man. Take care, everybody. Yeah, Star Wars